I just try to do a quick search on the computer for something, and I can't seem to find it. Maybe, oh boy, I was going to say, hey, maybe Fester can do a search.
Maybe.
Fester can barely type.
I do find a lot of crap on this show. I mean, I don't know why I got this bad.
If you're listening to the radio station even prior to us opening the show just now, the song just before the now stand by for the MJ morning show, our little show open, the song just before that was Van Halen and Jump, from the 1984 album. And I had a reel pop up recently on Instagram. And of course, I'm not on TikSchmuck, not a TikTok user. This was an Instagram reel that showed up, and it was a dude playing on his home synthesizer, playing the intro to Van Halen. And, first you have that little kind of bassy, at the very beginning of Van Halen's Jump, you get that. Hey, Andrew, do me a favor. Just put Van Halen on my page, would you please? Put the Jump back up there. So it's funny because in order to get the that underlying low bassy synth pad sound, he takes a stapler, a heavy metal stapler, and just puts it on the key, and then he starts playing on the other end to get the higher notes on the keyboard. The dent dent dent. And I was just trying to find, and it sounds really, really good.
Okay.
The actual synth voice that he found or that he programmed, it's really, really close to the original Van Halen, which I think was done on an Oberheim synthesizer, if I'm not mistaken. Van Halen. Hey, do me a favor, quickly, Roxanne.
Do you know my name?
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
who are you again? Who are you? I see your face. I see your face.
I know your name. What was that?
That was me, making fun of your brain,
Hold
trying
on.
to remember
what was that noise you just made?
I don't know. Put that in the save that. We can replay it.
Wait a minute. What noise was that? Do that again.
That was the gears in your brain trying to sync up to remember her name.
What is that?
I don't know. I just looked at you. That's just my sound for the face that you were making when you're like
that.
Yes, Fester nailed it. It's like what's happening in your brain trying to remember my name.
Is
that's your brain misfiring and trying to make a connection to actually call her by her given name.
Which now I forgot my name.
Can you type into Google quickly?
Yes, Roxanne will type into Google.
What synthesizer was used on Van Halen's Jump? And of course, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, I can't find the freaking video. You know what happens? You're on your Instagram and you start getting these reel suggestions.
Yeah, it was an Oberheim OB XA synthesizer.
There you go. An Oberheim I don't have an Oberheim XA. I have another classic synth that was used back in a lot of 80s songs. I've got an original Roland Jupiter 8, which I got at Thoroughbred Music over on McMullen Booth, which became Sam Ash, and now Sam Ash is closing down. And I bought a used Jupiter 8 Roland classic. I mean, top of the line synthesizer back in like 1982. I had once went in there and I said to the folks in the used department, I'm like, hey, if a Roland Jupiter 8 ever comes in, call me. This is 1998, right? I get a call like a year later. Hey, you wanted a Roland Jupiter 8? I said, yep. And they said, come on down. I didn't even ask how much. The guy said, oh, it's in great shape. I went down there, $1,000. $1,000 for the. Do you know how much the Roland Jupiter 8 that I have in mint condition is worth today?
No.
$20,000.
About $20,000.
Yeah. Wow.
About $20,000. Anyway, here's the sound. It's that from the very, and the guy just takes a metal stapler, an actual. Where's my stapler? Here. Guy takes a metal stapler, and it looked like it was a heavier metal one, because a lot of the staplers suck these days.
Mm-hmm.
I hate those cheap plastic staplers.
Yeah.
The best staplers. Now I'm holding a swing line model 747, but this is a newer version. And this is a red stapler. This is my red stapler. This is like from Office Space, the guy with the red stapler.
Right.
Milton. Yeah.
Milton, yes.
Not Milton Fludgecow, just Milton. And that guy's gone on he's like a character actor in tons of things, that dude, even today. And I forgot his name. But, he's like the face you always know, but you don't know his name.
Yeah.
So the original like swing line and boss stitch staplers, those things were heavy. Stephen Root is his name. Stephen, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. But those old staplers, man, those are the best. Even the newer staplers, they're like missing a little bit of a step, but at least some of them do have weight. So this guy takes a stapler, just puts it on the keyboard, and that's what gives him the. Can you find this anywhere, Fester?
No, I'm trying to use.
What if you go to Instagram? What if you go to IG and do a search? Guy plays Van Halen jump.
Well, I'll look for
See
it.
if you can find that thing. Hey, I was thinking about calling in sick today.
Oh no, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I just ate too much last night. I'm just trying to. Hey, I was going to take another 3-day weekend like Froggy. No Froggy today.
It's all
He's
right.
been on a good stretch though. He hasn't missed much lately.
We got a whole week out of him last week.
I think like 3 weeks in a row we've gotten
Full
weeks.
That like the kind of silly trophy awards, like
a participation award?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, a kid plays soccer, really sucks, never scored a goal, had no good defensive moves, but they still get a trophy. I was thinking about getting one of those, trophy deals for Froggy for last week, because Froggy actually gave us every single day. We had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday show up from Froggy. But, listen, all good things must come to an end.
Eventually it all
Yeah,
does.
and of course, I don't know, this morning at 4 a.m., we got the text, Froggy's not going to make it. So another 3-day weekend. 95% of these are Fridays and Mondays, right? Fridays or Mondays. Those.
See, I wouldn't mind a Wednesday off.
Yeah.
You work 2 days, get a little break, then you work 2 more days, and you have the weekend. I always liked Wednesdays off. That's
Andrew,
a good day off.
Andrew, what did you say in my head? What?
What are you saying?
What's he saying?
I don't know what you're saying. Are you on the air with that?
No,
I can't
Andrew,
tell.
No, we
you
can't
and Andrew
hear
are
him.
having a private conversation.
I don't know what. I have no idea what you're saying in my head.
All right.
I have no idea. Anyway, so can you find this? I want to find the guy that plays "Jump" by Van Halen with a stapler.
Listen, you guys, if I ever call in sick on a Monday or Friday, check my IGs and I'll be on vacation somewhere.
That's
See,
right.
Froggy doesn't do that. He's at home.
I don't know what he's doing, but anyway, welcome everybody. It is the MJ Morning Show here on a Monday morning. It's going to be a pretty jammed up show. I will deal with many important things this morning, like, oh my God, my Instagram reel hit 1 million over the weekend. What the heck? Yeah, if you don't know about the quest for 1 million,
I told you.
It happened. You did. Fester,
I did.
Fester, you were right. I doubted myself.
Yeah, I told you.
I doubted myself.
Never doubt yourself.
I didn't think I could do it, but Fester was there. No, it'll happen. I'm like, no, it won't. It happened. What? Tell you next. Busy show. I can't even scratch the surface on what crap is coming up. First traffic, 6:09. Here's Pat back in minutes. Show on Q105. That is nuts. I just heard that the ceiling collapsed in this place on Friday because of what, the heavy rain?
It was pretty heavy rain, but still, the ceiling should.
I'm trying to remember. Did we have heavy rain on Friday?
So no, it happened early Friday. This is rain that happened Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that has been sitting there and dropping and collecting.
Hold on. Our roof does not drain water?
I mean, it's a flat roof. It might have a compromise in it. There's always water leaks around this floor.
Yeah, we're not responsible for, like, the roof. Otherwise, I'd have Westfall Roofing out here in 2 seconds. You know, the office complex that, what is the name of this place? It used to be the Koger Executive Center. And what do we call? Okay, we're called Bay Point now. Used to be, we're in the Koger building. So the building is still called the Koger building. And there are like 20 other buildings in this office park. And the roof caved in. We ought to call the video guy Speedy later on and kind of get an update. So here's what I found out. Andrew, who did Festa? Did Andrew tell you about this, or was it? Oh, Pat George told you.
Pat George told Andrew and I at the same time.
So here's what happened. We had all the heavy rain last week. Oh, and did I ever elaborate on why I almost called in sick this morning because I ate too much?
Oh, I thought that was just a joke to compare yourself to the person who did call in sick.
No. Well,
I thought it was too.
Right?
I thought you were just mocking Froggy.
Yeah.
In what could only be described as an absolute and complete unexpected shocker. Oh, my God. Froggy texted in sick this morning, and I was joking around in the last segment that, you know what, I almost called in sick as well because I feel bloated. I ate too much bolognese.
Oh, I saw that on your IG.
Oh, God, it was so good.
It did really look good.
I ate too much. It was too good. I have no self-control. I couldn't stop myself. In fact, at one point I said, somebody stop me. And Chloe nor Michelle could actually stop me. I couldn't stop myself. So I almost called in sick today because I feel bloated. I ate too much. Tagliatelle, tagliatelle, bolognese.
All right.
Yes.
In hindsight, you should have called in.
Why?
I knew you were going to do the impression of the bolognese. You should have called in.
So the roof cave. Let me get back to the roof cave again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't fulfill where I was going in the last opening segment of the show. We had a lot of rain last week, and again, it varied. For instance, at my home in South Tampa, we had between 2.5 and 3 inches, and that was over like 3 days. You had places up in northern Pinellas that, like Dennis Phillips, our pal from ABC Action News, chief meteorologist and Mr. Suspenders, he had, I think, close to 7 inches of rain at his joint in Palm Harbor. And then, of course, you had folks down in Sarasota had like 10 inches of rain. And then you had some areas in the Tampa Bay area that had like a half an inch. I mean, the rainfall just varied immensely. Just insane. So what we're able to gather here is that a client, a radio station advertiser here, was shooting a video in our video room. We've got a green screen in there. And if you remember, I shot the video for the big MJ morning show, the cash contest that we did.
How can we forget?
We did the money heist back in May where we gave away $40,000 over 2 weeks thanks to Lucan's Wine and Spirits. They were the week 1 sponsor. And then week 2 was the Kemp Law Group. And I shot video in there on the green screen, and then they were able to put me what looked like inside a bank vault with the real 40 grand in ones in front of me. So we had a client in the video room on Friday, and apparently water had collected on the roof with all of the rain we had last week, and the roof collapsed in the video room, and the whole ceiling comes down, pouring water on top of the client, on top of all the video gear.
It's pretty bad. I don't know who was in the room. I don't know what was taking place at the exact time of the collapse. All I know is it's a mess.
We just walked over there. They got fans going.
Yeah, it smells very moldy.
You know, like it does. It has a moldy smell, musty, moldy smell. You know, there's probably going to be deadly black mold spores growing in there. That's probably going to give us all like mesothelioma or something.
Yikes.
Yeah. I think that's from asbestos. But
that's not mold related.
Yeah, no, it's asbestos. And I think you had to work in a shipyard in like the 1940s, 50s, or 60s. All right, so, all right. But if you want to call now, I'll give you a free mesothelioma pamphlet. All right, so the roof collapses. We all walked down there during the commercial break, and the tiles are all missing. It smells like a damp, musty cave in there. And cave in is apparently the operative word because the ceiling caved in on the client and on top of our cameras in the studio. So we've got to call. Speedy's our video guy. And I'll tell you, I'm going to mark this down just so I remind myself. Later on, we got to call him up and see if he'll come on and give us an update. But
hear how it went down, exactly how it went down.
How the ceiling went down?
The entire ceiling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why we stayed in this building. We had an opportunity where our lease was running out, and I was like praying. I was like, "Dear Lord, and I'm not a religious person.
You're not a big prayer.
I never say "Dear Lord," but I was like, "Dear Lord, could we please get out of this old 1980s hellhole of a building? Please, get us out of here. Let's build new studios from the ground up." You know, the CBS imbeciles. See, these stations used to be owned by CBS. Hey, Andrew, do you know the history? Was CBS in charge when they built these studios?
Was Infinity?
Or who? Well, it was Infinity, but that was like a division of CBS or whatever. Andrew, do you know which company actually built these studios? Do you know?
Predates me here. I'm not totally sure.
I think it was CBS. And what they did, little inside baseball here, they built these studios. Every on-air studio is too freaking small. They're not long enough. They are not wide enough. The studios need to be 2 to 3 feet wider. They just saddled us with like lousy small studios. And I wanted to get out of this building so we could actually have proper size studios. And well, that didn't happen. I guess the office park management must have offered them a hell of a deal to renew. Maybe rent got cut or whatever. But we're in the building, I think, for another 7 years. I'm like, jeez, unbelievable. So we have to get a little more detail on the roof caving in. And listen, a lot of people had roofing issues.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of people, with all that rain, trust me, I mean, I don't know everyone in the Tampa Bay area that had roofing issues, but I think it's a fair bet that with all the rain last week that there were plenty of people with leaks. There are plenty of people that probably had some ceilings collapse, like what happened in our building here in our video studio.
Well, Froggy had a leak in his kitchen.
Yep.
And he's getting it addressed.
Yeah, they're doing that, I think, this week.
Right, but last week was the week to really have had it done.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's any damage.
Well, it wouldn't have been good to have it done last week because they would have been rained out like virtually every day.
The week before that would have been the week to have it done in preparation for last week.
They just booked it. It's not like, and by the way, they just booked it the week before.
My question is,
you got to get on a schedule.
Did they have any damage last week or any more damage?
No, you know what?
The Froggy household.
I texted Kim actually over the weekend. And I asked, hey, when's Westfall Roofing coming out? Westfall is a sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show, a relatively new sponsor. They've been with us for a couple of months, and they're fantastic. You know, I'm a paid endorser, full disclosure. They did some roofing work at my house. They were absolutely phenomenal. And then Kim, Froggy's wife, had said, hey, I'm hearing that Westfall Roofing is a sponsor. What do you know about them? I said, they're great. I mean, I've done plenty of research. Whatever client advertises on this show that I do the live commercials for, I do extensive research. And if I don't like a company, I won't take the endorsement because it's my name behind it. And Westfall Roofing checked every box. You know, they've got a 4.8 on Google with 1,000 reviews. What contractor, what roofing company has a 4.8? You know, I'll tell you who Westfall Roofing does.
Contractor, 4.8? What?
So Westfall's did my house. Westfall is doing for, I think they're scheduled for this week to get there because he's got a leak in it. I guess Kim says that when it rains, they've got to put buckets in their kitchen.
Well, that's my question. Last week, how did they fare?
Yeah, well, Kim apparently had buckets in the kitchen, but Westfall is going to get their roof fixed. So this was not a scheduled commercial for Westfall. But if you have any roofing issues or need a new roof, need repairs, westfallroofing.com. But maybe I ought to just get them out here. Just give a little look-see. Yeah. Get them out here, look at the building roof, and
comment on it.
And I'll just have them build the office complex company.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna arrange for the repairs to be made by an MJ approved roofing company. All right. 6. Do we have a rain schedule for this week? What does this week look like?
I think it clears up after today or tomorrow.
Does it?
I don't know. I'm making it up.
Dude, stop making crap. All right. So if I look at the weather forecast, oh yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it looks like we have sun or partly sunny today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then Thursday through next week, it looks like high percentages of rain every flipping day.
Friday looks okay to me.
Not on mine. Friday, 70% chance of rain and thunder showers.
What the heck am I looking at?
Erroneousweather.com.
Seriously. Seriously.
You're looking at bullcrapweather.com.
I'm looking at Tampa on my iPhone. Why is it giving me just a partly cloudy day?
Friday will actually be fine from 10 to 10:15.
Right.
The rest of the day is wet.
6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. What a wacky start to today's show. Early Morons in the News is next, though. We have I've got great morons today. Morons in the News next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, Hey, here we go. Early morons of the news here on the MJ Morning Show at 6:41, rolling up on 6:42. Great pile today. I'm going to lightning round this quickly. Do you remember the creepy Oregon dad that drugged his daughter's friend's smoothies at a sleepover recently? Remember that story?
Yeah. You know what? Now that you mention it, I thought that was in a novel that I read, but no, it was real life.
Wait a minute.
Fiction and reality blend together in my head.
You conflate and confuse content on the MJ Morning Show with things you read in a novel?
Well, yeah, if you think about it, I mean, sometimes I'm reading in bed before I go to sleep at night, and sometimes I'm doing show prep before I go to sleep at night.
And so you can't keep track of what you hear on the show and what you read in books?
Well, that sounds like a great plot line, so.
This novel based on actual events.
You think it's a great plot line? A sicko father drugging his daughter's friend's smoothies to knock him out?
Yeah, I mean, I would read that. I mean, it's horrifying in real life, but a fictional story, it's much better to swallow.
Gotta follow up. What are you saying? It's much better to swallow drug smoothies? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
What's the matter with you? Yeah. So
check my smoothie, see what's in there today.
Yeah, we smell that thing, Rox.
Update here: the father in Oregon who drugged his 12-year-old daughter's friends at a sleepover has been sentenced to 2 years in Oregon State Prison, which when I saw this, I'm like, that's it? Just 2 years?
What did he drug the smoothies with?
A sedative. And he claims that he only put the sedatives in the smoothies to knock the girls out because he wanted them to get a good night's sleep. That was his excuse. Yeah, last week, Michael Maiden, Meyden, was sentenced after pleading guilty to putting drugs in fruit smoothies that he served the girls who were staying at his home, friends of his 12-year-old daughter, back in August of last year. Yeah, 57-year-old dad apologized for his actions, claiming it was because he just wanted them to go to bed after they stayed up past 11 p.m.
Okay.
Hey, girls, want some smoothies? And he's putting sedatives in there to knock them out.
Clearly, you're not supposed to do that, right? That's a bad thing. However, do you think he really wanted them to get a good night's sleep, or do you think he was going to do nefarious? What do we think?
Well, the original story was that he was going to do
nefarious
things and, while they're sleeping, molestation.
That's what it sounds like.
Which is just a horror. It's a nightmare. We never really had sleepovers at my house. Being in, the public spotlight, as a radio personality, I think Michelle even brought this up, that, it's just probably a good idea just to limit any potential exposure. I'm not going to do anything, clearly, but just having that liability and exposure. Chloe went to plenty of sleepovers, but we had none at our house. I think Chloe had one friend spend the night when she was 10 or 11 years old. But we just didn't have the whole sleepover thing. That's all I needed. Some kid falling down the stairs and then the parents sue us. That's the last thing I need. By the way, this cretin's wife divorced him shortly after the accusations came out. So they're divorced. He said during the sentencing, "My whole life is destroyed. Everything that was important to me is gone." Well, you know what? You drug your daughter's friend's smoothies at 11 p.m. at night. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Yeah, the mother retained custody of the two children. Yeah, this dude apparently tried to off himself last month in May.
Yeah, this kind of got a little sideways on this guy.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, he lost everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a crazy story. Remember, we had some of the creepy details that one of the girls woke up at 2 a.m. and texted, "Mom, please come get me. I'll say there's a family emergency. I don't feel safe. Please." This is actual text from one of the girls. Please.
Oh, my God.
Come get me. Please pick me up. Yeah. Throughout the night, the father made trips to the basement where the girls were sleeping and checked if they were asleep, at one point putting his finger under a girl's nose to check her breath.
All right.
And at another one, moving around where she lay just to try to ascertain whether she was sleeping.
Okay.
Thanks to the text, the girls were all rescued by their parents at around 3 a.m. that night and were brought to the hospital where they tested positive for drugs. Hey, I'm creeping Roxanne out. Roxanne, we did the story we talked about this months ago.
I know, but these are new details that really paint a vivid picture.
Oh, yeah.
You really can't have a bedtime if you're going to have a sleepover, right? I mean,
No,
the girls
that's the thing.
fall out when they're ready to. Yeah, from I just wanted the girls to have a good night's sleep to going downstairs and putting your finger under their nose.
He should get more time than that.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I'm 2 years. So he pleaded guilty to 3 felony counts of causing another person to ingest a controlled substance. And he's gotten 2 years. That is way too low. Way too 2 years. But what a creepy story. And I hope I'm not implanting nightmare scenarios in parents' heads who allow their kids to have sleepovers at other houses.
You covered all the angles of putting the fear of God in parents for having sleepovers.
Listen. Most parents, most fathers where your kids might do a sleepover are going to be fine, law-abiding, upstanding citizens that will protect their kids, protect your kids while they're at the house. Listen, this is not indicative of most dads. This guy is just a total criminal cretin creep who needed to get more than 2 years.
Do we even need sleepovers anymore?
Oh, don't tell that to little girls. That's like a rite of passage.
Let's have a party till 10 o'clock and then let's everybody go home.
There's an item that I just didn't get to last week. In fact, it might be even older than a week, but for whatever reason, I didn't get to this, and I found this while cleaning up my piles of prep over the weekend. I'm like, we didn't talk about this, and I don't think this got much play. This is a woman down in Lee County, so Fort Myers area, a little south of us, and the woman called 911 as she was attempting to steal a car. So she was stealing a car from a car dealership, called 911 because this cockamamie nut job thought that she could legally take the car if she informed the police that she was stealing the car. I'm like, what the living F is going on here? Christy Turman. I'd like to add a D to that. Christy Turdman.
It's Turman, not Turdman.
37, called the Lee County Sheriff's Office because she wanted the police to know. She says, this is on the 911 tape, because I'm trying to steal a car that's not legally mine. So y'all better come make a report. I'm reporting this. So deputies show up at the car dealership where she was trying to steal a car, and they found her getting out of the driver's side of a stolen Toyota Corolla. And the 37-year-old told deputies that she was being trained in a game of black ops to steal a car, and it was a training mission, and by calling authorities to make what she called a carjacking report, that it would be legal.
Really?
What is... I hope they took this lady for like a mental evaluation. You know, the sheriff's office report down in Lee County said that she was arrested and was facing trespassing charges. I think you take her to the psych ward. I mean, she might need to be Baker acted or something. Sounds like she's got a screw loose. That's just pure insanity.
Yeah, I want to play this Black Ops game.
I gotta take more time for morons. We have a mother. When we get back, we have a mother that was at her kids' school awards ceremony, and you're not going to believe what went down. I mean, what is wrong with people? You got to hear the audio on this. Mother freaked out at an elementary school awards ceremony because of something that happened, and the mother just goes ballistic. Crazy, crazy audio. I know, and then nothing like some air traffic controller porn.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're relying on the air traffic controllers for safe landings and takeoffs and managing the space around the airport. Yeah, nothing like a little air traffic controller porno. All right, hold on. That and more all on the way momentarily here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Yeah. Roxanne, I'll get to your daily dilemma in a second. Roxanne needs, I guess, clarification. Roxanne needs affirmation. I don't know what the hell it's classified. Hold on. We'll get to it in a second. Yes, this is absolutely very important. This is earth-shattering. Yes, hang on. I'll get to your situation in just a moment. First, though, would you ever freak out at your kid's award ceremony if they were snubbed and didn't get an award?
No, I think you got to contain those emotions as a parent.
No.
Your oldest daughter is, what, 7?
Yeah, she's 7.
Is she first grade now?
She just finished first grade.
Finished.
She
Gotcha.
just turned 7. Yep.
Just finished first grade. Was there an award ceremony?
No, they had some different little ceremonies through the year. If
All
they
right.
got Student of the Month, stuff like that.
Your kid win anything?
Yeah, she was Student of the Month.
What month?
I took off for it. It was the beginning of the year. I feel like it was like October, November. So she was early.
All right. So it's not one of those deals where every kid is student of the month.
No, because there are only 9 months.
Yeah,
8
unless
months.
there's only 9 kids in the class.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So this is out of Atlanta, and a mother last week, as the school year was coming to an end, this mother freaks out. First grade award ceremony, and this mother just starts spouting out profanity, the S-bomb, the F-bomb. Yeah, the audio is not terribly clear, but I'll play a little bit just so you can.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for what we're seeing right now. But Mama, I'll talk to you.
All right, so the 2 bleeps that you heard, she's complaining her son was snubbed and didn't get some kind of an academic achievement. So she says, pull that bleep, that S, pull that up, meaning his grades.
His grades, yeah, sure.
And he did not get recognized. And then she screams, "You're going to single these mother bleeping kids out."
Yeah.
Her son in first grade did not get an academic award recognition, so the mother freaks out. S-bomb, F-bomb, you got little kids in there. And then you heard the principal saying, I apologize for
what we're seeing now. Listen, she's right. I mean, pull that bleep up, and if the kid deserves an award, he should get it.
I don't know what the criteria was,
Right.
but the kid didn't get an award. I mean, guess what? Not every kid is, well, there are some cases where every kid gets a trophy. Every kid gets an award. But I could see Roxanne doing that. I think you're kind of a helicopter parent.
Oh, yeah, that's totally what I would do.
You'd trash the place, too.
I
think
would.
You'd go on stage.
Uh-huh.
You would take, like, the microphone cord and strangle the principal. You know, the lectern?
Just go kick
You'd
them
probably-
all in the shins,
you'd-
everyone up there, boom, boom.
You'd push that
Yeah.
off the stage. It would splinter and break on the floor.
Yeah.
Anyway, all
Pretty
right.
much.
So
If her kid was due the award, absolutely.
Why not? Yeah, it sounds like a snub to me.
Burn
Take
it to
care
the
of it.
ground.
Yep.
yeah, and then we have the air traffic controller that's been busted for watching porn.
On the job?
Yeah, but
Ew.
it's even a more disgusting, despicable type of porn.
Landing strip porn?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, that's what he should be focused on, the landing strip.
I mean, he's looking at the landing
Yeah.
strip.
Are you talking about the landing strip grooming?
No, I was just
Tactic.
talking about eyes on the ball, buddy. Eyes on the ball. Landing strip.
He
yeah.
had eyes on the ball.
You know what?
And landing strips.
The landing strip is kind of like the Hitler mustache of women's nether region grooming. You know, the landing strip.
Oh.
It's like it's.
First of all,
Well, it's
completely wrong direction.
it would be perpendicular. It would
Horizontal,
be
vertical.
it would be
Yeah.
vertical versus horizontal. But anyway, this is out of the Bozeman Yellowstone International Airport. This is sick. Montana guy facing charges after child pornography was allegedly found on his computer in the control tower at the Bozeman Yellowstone International Airport.
Why do you do that to us?
Leslie Andrews, 61, reportedly employed by a company contracted by the FAA. And charging documents said an airport employee in the control tower contacted airport police. about finding child porn on his work computer.
Okay. First of all, it's not fair what you did to us just now.
What?
You tell us a story that has a potentially funny premise that we're making
Wait
jokes about.
a sec. What do you mean? There's nothing funny about this.
Hold on.
Well,
I'm calling out this cretin.
I think a guy working at the air traffic controller watching dirty adult videos is hysterical.
It's not funny in that it's dangerous, but it's like, it's peculiar.
No. How is that hysterical?
Oh, it's hysterical.
Somebody potentially...
The landing strip joke. I mean, the planes all look like flying, genitalia. I had
the
jokes.
phallic symbol of the planes. That's...
Listen.
I had jokes galore. And then you drop it's kid stuff, and now it's like, okay, I have no jokes.
Yeah.
This is awful.
Okay.
Even if it were total above 18 or 18 and older.
Yes, we're still going to make jokes.
Even if it was, that's still really bad to have an air traffic controller who's distracted with pornography. And yeah, it makes it obviously infinitely worse that it was.
Infinitely. Yeah.
I don't care what it is. I'm going to try to make fun of it. And then you drop this bomb on me. I'm like, okay, can't make fun of that. Okay.
Yeah.
This is awful. The guy's a creep.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Roxanne has a big dilemma. I get a whole paragraph with Roxanne wanting to know whether BTS is a big deal.
Yes.
I know. You sent it to me.
Is that the Korean?
Yes.
Korean
yes.
guys?
The Korean boy band.
Can I give you guys a little backstory?
Well, you gave me like a 2-page dissertation in my email. All right. First of all, what is your question? What do you want to ascertain about the Korean boy band BTS?
Okay, BTS is so big in my household, I can't even tell you. And so when I tell other moms this, like, oh, my kids love BTS, especially my 4-year-old, that's all she does is sing BTS songs, and she knows all their names, and she's so happy that Jin's back from the military, and they don't play rock, paper, scissors in my house. Oh, no, they play kai bai bo, because that's how you do rock, paper, scissors in Korean. They want to eat Korean food. They're obsessed with BTS.
I love the Korean meat.
Particularly the younger
I love
ones.
the Korean meat.
And with that in mind, so you're saying, how did this happen, Roxanne? Did they learn it from you? No, they learned it from their sitter. And she is...
How old is your kid's babysitter?
Well, she's in her 30s.
And your 30-year-old, like low 30s, mid-30s, upper 30s?
Mid-30s.
So your mid-30s babysitter is obsessed with the Korean boy band BTS.
Yes, I come home and that's what they listen to while they eat lunch. That's what I mean, everything is BTS all day, around the clock in my house. Now,
by the way, did you know that Jin, one of the members of BTS, just completed his...
That's what I just said.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I just said it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading something else.
That's okay. That's okay.
Jin's back from the Korean military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big
on
deal.
him.
And he came and he hugged. All he wanted to do when he was done in the military is hug all of his fans. And it's just, my kids are in it. And I have to tell you...
Can you name all of the members of BTS?
Jin, Jungkook. I cannot, but they certainly can. V, yep.
Suga?
Sugar. That's sugar. Sugar.
It's
I mean, sugar.
It's just S-U-G-A.
Yeah, it's sugar. Yeah.
Jimin?
Jimin.
J-Hope?
J-Hope, yes. RM, J-Hope, Suga, Jungkook, and Jin. Yes. Mm-hmm. And, like, they can recognize, like, my 4-year-old, she knows all of them. Like, when she sees them, she knows everybody. Right. She recognizes all of them. And so my sitter the other day, she texted me, you guys are talking about Jimin being out of the military today, right? And so then I texted her back.
Well, hold on.
Like at home or on the morning
wait a sec. She wanted to know if we were making a big deal out of this BTS guy finishing his Korean mandatory military service.
Yes. So I texted her.
Oh my God. Did she have a breakdown when you told her that we did not bring it up on the show?
Kinda.
What's wrong with you? You guys suck. You suck. What kind of morning show are you doing?
She's listened to you forever, but
what kind of half-ass morning show are you doing that you're not talking about Jin Kook and his military service.
Jungkook, and
What-
Jin.
I don't.
Jin
Okay,
and
so-
Jun Cook are two different guys.
So I just texted her a little story about Jin being done with the military. I know she knew because she's like you, MJ. She's like days ahead with her BTS news. And then she texted me back and she said, "Did you already talk about him?" I said, "No, we're not going to talk about BTS on my show, on MJ's show." And so then she texts me back and she's like, sends me 9 of these different little pictures of him hugging the fans, all the stories. And she says, MJ didn't want to talk about Jin's discharge, but the whole world is. Ha ha.
that's not the barometer. That's not the metric.
What? Tell you what, I would have BTS news if Cookie Jin, if he fell into a vat of kimchi
Right.
and,
Yes.
and died of fermentation poisoning.
I mean,
All right, that would be big news on the MJ Morning Show.
sounds like military service is required.
Or if
for-
It is.
if he leaned in and caught his clothing on fire at a Korean barbecue.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Ah, my God!
Oh no.
That's big news here on the MJ
But
Morning
him
Show.
just leaving the military really doesn't cut it here.
It doesn't. It
Do
doesn't.
let me ask you a question. Do we have other 35 or older women or that are
I'm curious.
BTS nuts?
So
I'm
here's-
curious.
Here's the
Yes.
deal on that.
Hey, you know what? Let me ask right now. Let's go to phones. 800-990-1047. BTS is a Korean boy band. Is it like the Korean
In sync, but back in the day when, yes.
what is it? Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block,
Right.
In Sync. What else? What's the British?
Boyz II Men, yeah.
One Direction.
Mhm.
All right, so they're like in that genre. All right, I want to go to phones here. Do we have adult women like Roxanne's 35-year-old or so babysitter that is obsessed with BTS? Because apparently.
I love the Korean meat.
Yeah. All right. 800-990-1047 gets you on. 800-990-1047. If you are an adult female BTS cook job. All right. No.
Why do you say it like that?
All right.
We're not going to get called.
Yeah, you're a
I-
cook job. Listen, they're just into different things.
I'm kidding.
They're actually a great band. They're very sweet, sweet boys. Believe me, I'm learning all about them.
MJ,
And Andrew, could you look for the song 7? That's one of the favorite songs around the house. It teaches my kids the days of the week. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Tell
Friday.
you
Like,
what,
all right.
I tell you what, you ought to do movie night tonight and show your kids the movie 7. And tell them there's a big surprise in the BTS box. Yeah,
Do you know how
there's
old-
a big surprise.
Uh-huh.
It's look, the movie's called 7, and it's based
like- yep.
it's based on the BTS song 7, which I've never heard in my life.
All right.
I don't think. And then show your kids the movie 7; they'll love it. It's fantastic.
okay, do you know
Yes.
how old Jin is?
I don't know, 20.
31 years old.
Hold on, BTS is in their 30s.
They're growing up. They've been popular for a while.
Since 2013.
Yeah.
They've been around for 11 years.
All right.
So you're going to have fans that are of that age who followed them all along.
Hang on, let me grab Melissa in Bradenton. Melissa, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Melissa.
Hey, good morning.
Are you a BTS fan?
Personally, no, I'm not, but my cousin is obsessed, and she's 32.
32 years old and obsessed with BTS.
Yes, she has been since high school.
Does she have posters on her wall still in her 30s?
No, she doesn't have posters on the wall, but she knows Korean, and she learned it because of them.
Yeah, that's
Actually-
what I'm dealing with in my
Yeah.
household. Kai Bai Bo. Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah,
We only
and
do it
then-
Korean.
There's actually a chicken wing restaurant in Tampa that plays nothing but Korean pop stars and stuff like that. You ought to take your kids there.
Yeah, that's called K-pop, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
K-pop.
Yeah.
But it's called BBQ chicken.
Yeah.
And
Hey, listen, I love Korean. I love Korean fried chicken. Korean fried chicken is fantastic. So, listen, I like Korean barbecue as well. Melissa, thanks for the call.
Thank you.
And I'm running late. I would take a couple more calls, but I'm already like 3 minutes overtime here. I'm screwing up the clock. Anyway, all right. So you happy we addressed We address BTS.
I know my sitter will be happy too.
Oh my God! Go ahead and send her the MP3 of
I
this
will.
segment, okay?
I will.
Yeah, you're.
She was at that restaurant yesterday.
Oh my God! She
Yes.
was.
Yes.
What the hell? Really? All right. So this is BTS. This is called 7.
Yep.
In the video, do they find a head in the box?
No,
All right.
it's 7 days of the week. It teaches my kids the days of the week.
Great.
So
All
it's
right.
great.
In Korean.
No, they sing it. This is in English.
It's in English. Great.
Let me know if your daughter comes home from first grade and says,
I love the Korean meat.
all right, 7:18 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. We do it every single day. Hour 20 minutes nonstop MJ. Hey. MJ Morning Show on Q105. Michelle, my lovely wife, I'm going to give her just a few more minutes to sleep, but something has happened with Michelle.
What is it?
It's weird. It's strange. And we're still in the process of trying to figure everything out. And we did something on Friday. I'll explain in a minute. Let me just give her a few more minutes to just, catch some Z's. We watched the Game of Thrones prequel season 2 last night.
How was it?
House of the Dragon. Fantastic. I mean, I was never into all this medieval crap. I'm not a medieval crap liker. Like, back in junior high, at some of the dweebos were playing like Dungeons and Dragons.
That wasn't you?
I had no interest in that stuff. Nothing. Like Lord of the Rings and frozen. What's a frozen yogurt though? What's the what?
Frogo?
I don't.
Froyo?
I know who you're talking about.
What? Froyo.
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 No,
Yeah. Isn't it named after frozen yogurt? Is that Lord of the Rings?
There's a character, Fro.
Yeah, Froyo, frozen yogurt. That's what it's named for, I think.
I thought it was Frogo.
I don't know. Andrew says it's Frodo.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that does sound familiar now.
Frodo, that's right. Okay.
I'm not into that stuff typically, but after, I don't know, like dozens of our friends years ago. I mean, I'm talking like probably 7, 8, 9 years ago, saying, "My God, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, you got to watch Game of Thrones." I'm like, I've got no interest in that. Anyway, Michelle talked me into watching Game of Thrones, and we were late to the game. And this would have been like 2018, 2019, maybe 2020. And we blew through Game of Thrones. And I can't remember the timing, like when the last season was, but we watched every one of Game of Thrones, and I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And still, I don't really, consider myself a fan of that genre per se. I don't really typically like the medieval kind of stuff.
And yet here you are watching dragons and sorcerers and all that other weird
But
stuff.
that's the thing. My sister set me up to watch it, and she said the same. She's like, Rox, I know you're not into this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so
but
you're the
this is
same way, right?
Same exact way.
Yeah.
I would never watch that. And
Yeah.
then you have to tell other people if they're like, yeah, I'm not really a medieval type of series watcher. I'm like, no.
Well,
but you have to.
I'll give you another series of movies. Julian, who is an aspiring filmmaker, my son is a rising sophomore at NYU Film School up in New York.
Very talented. We've seen his work.
And Julian hopefully does very well. He's certainly a talented kid. Very competitive field, obviously. But he was pushing for me to watch the Dune movies, Dune 1 and then Dune 2. And again, that genre, just, I guess science fiction is, some of the science fiction just doesn't really do it for me. Like, I remember as a kid, I watched Star Wars, the original Star Wars, then The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. But the later Star Wars movies just did nothing for me. I wasn't even interested, and I haven't seen the bulk of the newer Star Wars, or like what's the Mandalorian stuff. I just don't have an interest.
Yeah.
So with Dune, also not really a fan of that genre, but I did watch Dune 1 on Friday, and then we watched Dune 2 over the weekend on Saturday.
It's a lot of Dune.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. We watched Dune 1 last weekend, not yesterday this weekend, but the week before we watched Dune 1, and then this weekend we watched Dune 2. And visually stunning, well done. Yeah, I like them more than I thought, but still, I'm not a huge fan of the genre. But Game of Thrones prequel, House of the Dragon, back with season 2 last night. It's just so well done. I mean, it's just remarkable, visually stunning. I don't know how much they spend for each episode, but I'm sure it's a ridiculous amount of money. I think I read somewhere that weren't like episodes of Game of Thrones like 8 or 10 million bucks a piece.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, pretty extensive. I mean, expensive stuff. You add it all up. You add up a whole season, and it's in excess of a cost of an average movie to make.
I mean, it looks like you can make an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm for like $48.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that might be high,
just
actually.
walking around town.
But-
Occasionally they get lunch.
But let me tell you the great thing about the return of House of the Dragon on HBO last night and Max.
Ooh.
I didn't watch it in the linear fashion. We didn't watch it on HBO. We watched it on Max, and so the live on HBO started at 9:00, and at the exact same time, they also posted the episode on Max, so you could stream it. We streamed it last night. But the great thing about the return of House of the Dragon is Michelle has resorted to, again, calling me Your Grace.
Yeah. I don't believe that for a second.
Oh, real? Hang on a minute.
Well,
Let me call Michelle. And then we'll get into the weirdness.
so I found a list of the most expensive episodes.
Hold on. What did you say?
Yes, you're great.
Oh, no. Listen.
Oh, and Fester just said, you don't believe it for a
Okay,
minute.
Hold on.
Michelle.
This is the most condescending, backhanded Your Grace in the history of Your Graces. All right? She's not calling you Your Grace with any kind of dignified respect.
And every once in a while I get a my lord.
Yes.
But Your Grace is isn't your grace is higher than my lord, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Is it Michelle? I don't know. When you call him my lord as opposed to my grace.
No, your grace.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, if you can't see through this, MJ,
Yeah.
she is laying it on thick.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Yeah, thank you. So I said last night, all right, Michelle, I'm going to sleep. And she said, whatever your desire, your grace. And then she did like a curtsy and got on her knee, and it was great.
Why don't you pop out a couple of other desires and see how far that gets you?
All right, Michelle, let's
Just
talk.
like when you demanded the chocolate chip cookies.
She made Michelle made the cookie dough on, did you make the cookie dough on Wednesday?
I don't know. So Julian was here asking.
Yeah, so Julian went back yesterday. He was able to come home for a little unexpected trip home because one of his professors was doing remote classes for the week. It's like, hey, just come home then if you're going to be doing remote anyway for summer school or summer classes. So Julian wanted chocolate chip cookies, and Michelle made the unbelievable. What's the recipe called again? Jacques Torres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So Michelle made the Jacques Torres New York Times chocolate chip cookies. And let me tell you right now, that is the only chocolate chip cookie recipe you will ever need. Just go ahead and search Jacques Torres New York Times chocolate chip cookie recipe, and that is the last recipe you'll ever need. So Michelle made the dough, and then it has to sit in the fridge for like 24 or 36 hours, and we finally baked them. The first bake was it Friday night or I think it was Saturday night. We made, and man, these cookies are, and we baked again right after House of the Dragon last night. We baked another set of cookies, and oh my God, these, and then Michelle uses a small melon scooper or the medium melon scooper, and then she turns them into balls, and then we freeze the balls. So my balls are frozen of chocolate chip cookie dough in the freezer, and man, we had them in the freezer last time for like 6 or 8 months. And then, I mean, they're perfect. You put them on a cookie sheet, you bake them at 350 for like 18 minutes, and they're unfreaking believable. It's the best chocolate chip cookie you've ever had.
That's amazing. Hey, can I go backwards for a minute? I just want to go to Game of Thrones. I have to tell you, this is worth it.
And then we got to talk about Michelle's problem.
That's what I want to hear about.
Michelle's got this weird problem that's out of nowhere. All right, go ahead.
Okay, we'll get into it. Michelle, I have to tell you, we used to really get into Game of Thrones around my house, and we were watching it live years ago. My sister would have parties, and we'd have like dragonfire wings, and we'd throw darts at King Joffrey's head, just like really intense Game of Thrones parties, watch parties, and we sometimes dressed in costume. But the embarrassing thing is I had my costume, my Cersei costume, in the back seat of my car, like in the flap, and then we went somewhere. We went on a double date with another couple, and so they're in the back seat, and they found my Cersei costume, and they're like, "What are you guys into?"
Yeah, what kind of freaky stuff? What kind of freaky deaky stuff is going on at Roxanne's place?
I know it's it's just for our watch parties. I swear.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have an Iron Throne by any chance? Yeah,
all kinds of props.
What's going on with Roxanne and Doug?
And Doug.
Your Grace. All right, Michelle.
Yes.
This is weird.
What, the fact that I grew a second head out of my skull over here?
Yeah, you've got a Mike's Hard Lemonade head coming out of your shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, this is weird.
What?
No, it's like your sudden potential allergy out of nowhere.
Yes.
What are you allergic to?
It happened.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
Michelle thinks she suddenly became allergic to peanuts.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So Michelle likes having some crispy, cold celery stalks smeared with peanut butter. What?
That's not true.
What? What do you mean it's not true?
I don't have celery stalks with peanut butter. I have celery stalks with almond butter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
All right.
It's a nut butter.
All right. Anyway, so you made you had a craving for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right?
Because Chloe bought herself peanut butter and jelly in
Right.
Bradford to make her lunch.
Oh, I thought you used peanut butter on your celery stalks as well. So that's almond butter?
Yeah, usually I use almond butter.
Aren't almonds and peanuts very different?
Yeah, they are. They are.
They're
So
very
which one are you
different.
allergic to?
No, hold on a minute. So the almond butter apparently is okay. Michelle last week made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And Michelle, describe what happened.
I just got violently sick in my stomach. Also, it didn't taste right.
So Michelle says that for whatever reason, the peanut butter did not taste right. So what was it about
It didn't taste good. It happened to me before when you guys were away. I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the peanut butter didn't taste right. And I was like, well, that's really weird because I usually like peanut butter. And I was just eating it because we were having the house tinted and it was here, and I was like, oh, let's try to get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. And then I got really sick after eating it, and I thought that's kind of strange too. Then Chloe bought new peanut butter just the other day so she could make herself some lunch, and she was having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I thought, oh, that looks so good and tasty, and I made myself one, and again, the peanut butter tasted really like I almost couldn't even taste it.
Like bitter, like rancid,
well,
like what kind of flavor?
But also, these are different jars. It's not the same jar. This is
right.
So it's not like one jar is like a bad batch.
Right.
It's different jars of peanut butter. It's just not tasting good to Michelle. And then she gets like deathly ill. She's like doubled over. And then she starts doing research because, of course, everyone loves to self-diagnose with the internet.
That's right.
What else are you going to do?
Talk to any doctor. How many patients show up and they've got everything self-diagnosed and figured out? Once they get to oh, yes, I'm dying. I've got this. I've got that. So Michelle is looking online, and what did you discover?
That I could possibly have developed a peanut intolerance or a peanut allergy. Sounds like more like an intolerance just because I did start itching, though, like on my feet and under my arms, I think I was itching. So I just wouldn't have myself tested.
Late in life, to potentially have a peanut allergy, you're going to be, one of these.
Here's the thing.
You're going to be one of these kooks on the airplane telling to the flight attendant, hey, please make an announcement. No passengers can have any peanuts on the flight. And I've had that before. I've had an announcement on the airplane where the flight attendant comes on, ladies and gentlemen, we have a passenger that has a very serious peanut allergy. If you can please refrain. Oh, Michelle, do you remember the United Airlines flight attendant? We were flying back from Denver. Oh, tell the story of the United Airlines flight attendant who freaked.
I know she freaked out because I was eating almonds.
Michelle had a napkin on the tray table, and she had some Marcona almonds that were on the table, and Michelle's just eating snacks. I mean, how would we know? And describe what describe what happened.
I don't even remember how she came by and saw it, but she very rudely, you're going to have to put those nuts away. I'm allergic.
I mean, but it was much more intense than that. She stopped and she said, "Oh my God, you're gonna have to put those nuts away. I'm allergic. I'm very allergic." I mean, this flight attendant was having a meltdown.
But there had been no announcement or anything. Like, how would I know not to have the almonds?
You're supposed to read the mind, or maybe you should request the medical files of all flight attendants prior to getting on that flight, so you can review and make sure you make any adjustments.
It's not like they pat you down for almonds when you're going through security.
So I put them away, but then what was really weird is she came back 30 minutes later and apologized. And I think she offered us chocolate chip cookies or something. I don't know. It's really bizarre.
Well, I also, when I went to the restroom, I talked to another flight attendant and I asked, what the hell is going on with your flight attendant friend? And the other flight attendant, kind of did a little bit of a cuckoo circle, you take your index finger and you go, you do a little,
international symbol for cuckoo.
Of your head.
Yeah, exactly. Doing a little circular movement around your temple, which is the international signal for
Crazy. Yeah. So,
That's an international symbol.
Yeah.
yes, you could do any language. You go to any country, any language, do the finger to the head, they know somebody's crazy.
But the other flight attendant, she said, "Oh, I apologize." I said, "Yeah, that was uncalled for this flight attendant to stop at my wife's seat and scold her and yell at her. How dare you put those away? I'm definitely allergic."
Well,
it was the nuttiest thing. I thought the flight attendant on United was having like a mental episode.
Well, oh, how the tables have turned. well. Now Michelle will be boarding every plane, looking at everybody. Put those peanuts away.
All right, so here.
I've been having a little stomach ache intermittently for the last couple of weeks, and then I realized, you know what I've been eating every time I pass the refrigerator. I'm like, ooh, I'll just have a tag along, and I reach in and I grab one or two, and then I'll have one or two later, and then I'll have one or two, and I've had a little stomach ache every now and then.
Because the
peanuts.
tag along
Yeah.
is peanut butter based.
Yeah.
And remember, I told the story that we had some neighbor who's a Girl Scout, I guess, troop leader, like 3-4 houses down, and clearly mismanaged the Girl Scout cookie ordering.
Didn't quite read market conditions.
And, here in June, she puts out a group text to all the people on our street. I have a lot of Girl Scout cookies left. Michelle bought like 3 cases of Girl Scout cookies, and the
So?
tag-alongs, what?
I bought a case of tagalongs and a couple of. The kids are here. They were eating them.
Right.
How many tag-alongs do you have left?
Bought a whole case of the damn things.
No, yeah, I have like half a case of tagalongs.
So now she might be allergic because she was getting a little bit of an upset stomach with the tag-alongs, she thinks. This is, putting the story together after the fact. And then when she had the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I mean, Michelle was like doubled over. By the way, listen, I hope you don't have a peanut allergy, but if you're allergic to peanuts, at least you're not allergic to peanuts. Anyway, so...
Yeah.
So,
Did anyone get that?
we all
Yeah,
got
we
it.
got it.
We're all shaking our heads.
All right,
Michelle,
so-
I just pulled up a list of 7 late onset allergies
Yeah.
for aging adults. And I put you in that category just because we're all over 50.
You ought to look at Michelle, though. She doesn't look a day over 32.
Whatever.
Yeah.
From a
Yeah,
distance, yes.
What,
From a
Esther,
distance-
What are you
what are you
distance-
talking about? Her skin is flawless.
Okay, from a distance in a traveling car at speed, Michelle does not look over 32.
What are you
Yes.
talking about?
Yes. I mean, like 3 lanes over.
Right.
But if you're like right next to her, it's like, whoa, what the what?
And also wearing sunglasses smeared with Vaseline.
Yes, with a dirty window. 32 dead ringer. But fish, shellfish.
And all kinds of love bugs
Yeah,
splattered all over the window.
Hey,
All right.
wow, look at that 32-year-old driving that car.
Stop. Michelle
Okay.
looks great.
So fish and shellfish are the top 2.
Yeah.
And then, Michelle, peanuts and then tree nuts
Yeah.
are on the list.
Yeah, number 3, peanuts on.
Oh, I hope not tree nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roxanne, what's the doctor you said you went to that did a whole workup as to what?
Yes, I almost called Roxanne. But
Yeah,
then you know
Dr. Kevorkian, I think is his name.
Okay, I mean, Michelle, I'm listening to you, and I'm like, we need to have like an hour-long discussion about all
you
of
know
this.
what?
Oh,
I
it's a
will tell you.
podcast.
So I had.
You want to talk to
She's
my
not-
wife about penis?
No, I'm saying Michelle and I need to get on the phone and chat about what are you
We
guys
do.
About
doing?
penis allergies?
Okay. But you know what? I will say I was able to find a place to go get tested.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is the final part of the story. So, Michelle, tell everyone you did some research, and she stopped at LabCorp and got tested on Friday. Go ahead.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. It was very easy. So they said I should have the results. It was only $49. And by the way, at the end of checking out, you know what they offer you?
What?
A Snickers bar.
No.
What?
A round of doxycycline in case you've had unprotected sex and you would like to protect yourself from any STDs that you might have, gotten.
Well, wait a sec. You went to get peanut allergy tested
Yes.
for $49.
Yes.
And by the way, she went to the Walgreens because some of the Walgreens have the LabCorps inside. So that's where she went. And you're telling me that when you checked out, they offered you a free dose of doxycycline
No,
or
I don't think it was going to be free. I didn't say that.
Oh.
It was like did you need to add this to your cart?
hold on, they offered you who's going to write? That's a prescription drug.
don't know.
Who's going to write the screen? Did a doctor write a
They might
script?
have somebody on site.
I don't know.
So in case you have a brewing, festering STD, here's a dose of doxycycline.
I guess I don't know.
Michelle,
but I'm
were you
just
like,
saying that in case anybody needs to know that out there, if they,
That's a good information. That's a public
Good
service
information.
announcement.
Well, it's not
It
going to
is.
work for all STDs. It's
Well-
going to only work for certain STIs that are, able to be knocked out with a
Well, it had a list of them.
antibiotic. Yeah.
Michelle's probably like, even though you probably think I'm 32, I'm very careful. Yes.
Here's the deal. So,
no, thank you.
so Michelle got tested on Friday, and she should have the results sometime this week. And we're going to find out if Michelle has late onset peanut allergy that has afflicted her.
Yep. Shout out to Ramona, the phlebotomist, who is awesome.
Ramona the pest. Ramona
No.
the phlebotomist.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't even feel it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll find out.
I'll talk to you in a bit. Thanks.
Okay, have fun.
Bye.
Your Grace.
Just bizarre, huh?
Yeah, she could, if she has an allergy, that would make a lot of sense what she's describing. She could also just be having like an inflammation reaction, which your body changes as you get older and certain foods don't agree with you, and then you have inflammation. So that could be as well. They're different things, allergy versus inflammation.
What the hell happened at Walmart over the weekend on Dale Mabry?
That's your Walmart. You tell us.
No, it's not my Walmart. The Walmart I like is the Walmart on Gandy. The Walmart in South Tampa on Gandy in between Dale Mabry and Manhattan. That Walmart is a much more pleasurable experience. The Walmart at 275 in Dale Mabry, I get gas there, but I try to avoid going into that Walmart because
That's where you have to go in and tell them that they need hand wipes,
it's
right?
well, that was the one, but
Yes.
it's kind of like a war zone in that place. And a war broke out. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened. Walmart at 275 in Dale Mabry closed down for an investigation on Saturday. There was police activity. There was an altercation. There was some kind of brawl, and the place was shut down. This happened Saturday afternoon because of some kind of police situation. The Tampa Police Department, they said that officers responded to the Walmart. That's the one at 1505 North Dale Mabry. It's right at 275 and Dale Mabry because of a fight inside the store. And according to TPD, there was one person who was arrested. An argument between a vendor and several other people became violent, according to TPD. And a knife was pulled. Somebody was cut. The suspect was ID'd as Justin Veloria Jimenez, 18 years old. That's the suspect. Now, is Justin, it's Justin. How the hell do you pronounce that? I don't know. Hustin?
We'll go with what we think is
because
right.
the J, but it's JH.
Okay.
Am I supposed to do Jose rules here and not Jose? It's Jose.
I don't know.
What am I supposed to do? It's JHUSTIN.
The more important part is it doesn't mention what kind of vendor.
Well,
because a lot of those food items are stocked by independent vendors.
So a lot, like, for instance, the Coke and Pepsi folks.
Yeah, you see the Coke guys in the store.
They go into the stores themselves. So you'll see even at supermarkets like Publix or Winn-Dixie, the Coke, the Pepsi guys, a lot of the bread vendors.
Yep.
Like Baker's, what is it? Nature's Own and Pepperidge Farm. A lot of the vendors, they go to these stores.
They have a bread route.
Like the potato chip, like Lay's. I think like Lay's has vendors go in and stock the shelves. But I thought the same thing.
I'm on the side, MJ, of this Justin Veloria Jimenez. Jimenez. I'm on his side. I once got into a fight with a Little Debbie vendor.
Get at no,
yeah, dude.
No, you didn't.
I was waiting for him to restock the Swiss cake rolls, and he comes in with his cart and his Little Debbie shirt. And he puts up the oatmeal pies, and he puts up the little Christmas trees. It was near the holiday season.
You're making this up.
I'm like, where's the Swiss cake rolls? She's like, no Swiss cake rolls today. I'm like, you're going to get cut. I'm going to kill you right here at the store.
But what?
I understand his anger.
But no, you're right. What kind of
What
an
vendor?
altercation? What fight did a customer or a group at Walmart get into an altercation with a vendor about?
I've probably been to. I mean, obviously, you've been to a supermarket more than 1,000 times in your life as a grown adult. You know, you've been a lot of supermarkets. I think I see a vendor maybe every other time doing one thing or another. I rarely ever say anything to them. They go out of their way to avoid eye contact
They
with
do.
you.
Well, also,
You know.
I've walked up to ask a question, and they're like, I don't work
I
here.
don't work here.
I'm like, well, it looks like you're working here. What are you doing? What am I hallucinating?
Yeah.
What am I on? What am I on? Mushrooms? Am I,
Listen, if you have a question of where the loaf of bread is, I can show you. Anything besides his aisle, he doesn't know. But they don't go out of their way to interact with customers.
Does your bread have the same ingredient and chemical in rubber floor mats by any chance?
Yep, right here, rubber floor mat.
But what happened? Walmart was shut down for hours at Dale Mabry and 275 on late Saturday afternoon for this altercation, for this fight, and this stabbing, this cutting, because shoppers, a group, got into a fight with a vendor. Again,
I have to know what vendor. What was his product?
Yeah.
What happened to the truck? Was the Lay's potato chip truck just stuck in the back of the store for 5 hours?
But what kind of fight could you possibly get in with a vendor?
Right?
And not your BS little Debbie story, which you clearly just made up.
All right, fine. I just made it up. But I could see myself getting into that kind of fight.
You could see the passion that you would have in that situation.
The last I saw was the victim was hospitalized with non-life-threatening but serious injuries. But we got to know the vendor. Was it the bread guy? Was it and why are you fighting with them?
How is this provoked? Yeah.
I mean, I've seen ice cream vendors as well.
Hey, creepy or not creepy? Former Patriots coach Bill Belichick.
Oh my God.
Oh, I sent you this story.
I don't know. I printed this out last night, but
I just did in your pile over there.
Anyway.
Yes.
All right.
This is a good one.
Let me
It's a
give
good one.
Let
I'm
me give
excited.
Roxanne a gold star.
No,
Hold
I'm just
on.
excited.
I'm going to put it right in your forehead.
I don't want a gold star. I'm just saying,
for sending me-
yes,
If
do the
you
story.
guys don't know the story, Roxanne is hyping it up
I'm
as a
hyping
good
it.
one.
Yes.
Is this creepy or not creepy? Bill Belichick, the former coach of the New England Patriots, is 72 years old. He is dating a 24-year-old former cheerleader. What the hell? What?
So that is dating your granddaughter,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you have
That's going deep.
I mean, if your family procreates at age 25, and this is your 25-year-old granddaughter.
Almost 50 years younger than him. Of course,
Wow.
before Tom Brady came to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a couple of seasons, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, the coach of the New England Patriots, they built the dynasty together. And now we find out that Bill Belichick is dating a 24-year-old, almost 50 years younger than him.
You know what Bill Belichick was like? Robert Kraft can't take all the headlines for salacious stories. I'm going to top him.
Well,
Is that a rub and tug joke from Jupiter?
It is.
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
It was.
I know.
You don't see Bill in those places.
No.
Belichick's 72. And I guess met the 24-year-old ex-cheerleader Jordan Hudson on a flight from Boston down here to Florida back in 2021. So she would have been 21 years old at the time, and he would have been, like 69 or so? This is insane. They bonded, made friends on the flight. They exchanged contact information after landing. They kept in touch over the next few months. So Bill Belichick, he ended a long-time relationship with some TV host named Linda Holiday. I have no idea who that is or what she does. But then Belichick started getting closer to this 24-year-old ex-cheerleader.
Boy, he is so lucky this didn't come out before the roast.
Oh, man.
Oh, right.
Oh, man.
That would have been some fodder. Yeah. Good content.
According to TMZ, they initially kept things low-key and were only briefly spotted on rare occasions together. TMZ also says that she, the 24-year-old female, secretly visited Gillette Stadium to support Belichick during the 22 and 23 seasons when he was still with the Patriots. Their relationship has become more public recently, with Belichick spotted rooting for her at a cheerleading competition in Maryland a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it's pretty out in the open.
People at the competition told TMZ that he kept to himself and sat in the back row after watching at least one of the team's routines. Wow, 72? Bill Belichick dating a 24-year-old cheerleader?
Love is love, guys.
Listen, that
when it's your grandfather? I mean, I've heard of May, December relationships, but this is
like different calendars.
February.
The original calendar. Yeah.
Wow.
that is, I'm sorry, that's creepy. Does a 72-year-old have any? I mean, you know what that is? That's like the billionaire with the 20-something-year-old girlfriend. You know, that's. Listen, Bill Belichick, I'm sure, has a lot of money, but I'm sorry, that's just.
Hey,
that's jamming up the creepy meter right over here. 1 million.
She loves him for his personality. Let's face it.
1 million viewers.
oh no,
It's unbelievable. I can't believe this.
you know what?
It happened over the weekend.
So tired of you.
What do you mean? I thought it was going to get, I didn't think I was going to get past 250,000. My video of the unaccompanied minor at Tampa International Airport about a month ago when I visited my parents and I flew Spirit Airlines for the very first time. And I noticed this kid, this little kid, like 6 years old maybe, running in full sprint. And then I see Spirit Airlines employees chasing after him down the center of Terminal A, toward security from the Spirit gates at the end. I'm like, what is going on here?
Can we add little details to the story, like that? Maybe they're false details, just to spice it up. Since we've heard this,
it's got 1 million views already.
Well, hang on a minute. Listen, I'm only going to take a moment here. So I shot this video. I wish I would have gotten the first one, but I wasn't expecting it. The first one, the kid was in full sprint, and the Spirit Airlines employees were sprinting like they were in a marathon or something. The home stretch.
Huffing and puffing.
Well, I finally rolled video of the kid running away and looking behind, looking back at the Spirit Airlines. It was a flight attendant. And the story was the kid came up from Fort Lauderdale. I was on the turnaround flight. This was a Saturday. It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday morning. It was Memorial Day weekend. And I was catching a Spirit flight from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale, my first time ever flying Spirit Airlines. And I see this kid running, and I see the employees running after this kid. I'm like, what is going on here? So after the second time, I rolled video, and the kid is looking back. By the way, the kid looks like he's 6 years old. He's wearing a wife-beater T-shirt, the little 6-year-old kid. And then you see the flight attendant like lumbering, like huffing and puffing, and he's out of breath. I'm like, this guy's about to drop dead of a heart attack, and I tell the story. So I shot this video. It's like a 20-second video, and over the weekend, it hit 1 million views on Instagram. I'm like, what the freak?
That's amazing.
I went ahead, I repinned it. If you haven't seen the video, you can read the caption as well. And the story was, the kid flew up from Fort Lauderdale to Tampa unaccompanied, and the adult, like the parent, guardian, did not show up at the airport to pick up the kid yet. So you have the gate agents and the flight attendants from the flight are babysitting this kid at the gate, waiting for the adult to come claim him.
That's really a brilliant way to get some free childcare.
And the kid is running through the terminal like a terror. The comments are insane. There are thousands of comments on this thing.
And 1 million views.
And 1 million views as of this weekend. It hit 1 million. And I never thought I was going to get to 200,000, 250. I never thought I was going to get to 500,000. Then it hit 750,000. And then it hit 1 million views early yesterday morning. I'm like, what the heck?
We should get you a trophy.
I don't need a trophy.
No, I think you need a trophy.
I've never had 1 million views.
Maybe a sash.
I'm guessing I will never have 1 million views again.
A sash and a crown.
The crown
Yes.
is a must.
Crown.
You wise asses.
And Michelle can call you your grace,
Yeah.
and it's for your views.
If you haven't seen the little video, I did pin it. So it's the first item now on my Instagram. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And it's the top item right now at Certified MJ Radio on my Instagram. If you desire, give me a follow.
All right. So here's my problem with the whole thing.
Yeah, what's up?
We have a little morning show group text. And Froggy, Roxanne, you and I, we're all on this text. I think Andrew's on it. And MJ only contributes to this group text still frames of this video. And on June 4th, he posted 500,000 views.
Right.
And then I scroll up a little bit later, and then a couple days later, I think this Friday at 9:22 p.m. Friday. Week's over, show's over.
Right.
I'm sitting here watching TV with the old lady.
Text comes in.
I look over. Who is it? Ugh, it's MJ. 925,000 views. And then yesterday, get this is the kick in the head. 7:11 in the morning
Yesterday.
on a Sunday.
Father's Day Sunday.
$9.99. I'm like, this guy.
Yeah, I texted you guys when it was 999,000, but I did not text you when it hit 1 million a short time later.
Yes,
Wow.
well,
1 million freaking views.
we're all so proud of you.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much. Hey, speaking of Father's Day, Dads got screwed yesterday. Mother's Day completely destroys Father's Day when it comes to spending.
Oh, no question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Father's Day, spending this past weekend and yesterday, spending for Father's Day was expected to hit $22.4 billion, according to the National Retail Federation. By the way, I got nothing from the family. Got nothing from the kids. I got nothing from Michelle.
What about a card?
No, nothing. I got nothing. Nothing. Got nothing. But listen to this. $22.4 billion for Father's Day, but the amount for Mother's Day is $33.5 billion. So that means that over $10 billion more is being spent for Mother's Day than Father's Day. So fathers are getting the short end of the stick. I really got the short end of the stick yesterday because I got nothing.
Or is it in relation to how much parenting care the mothers give compared to the fathers?
That mom does more for the kids, or is that it?
So I think the
Throwing it out
number.
there?
I think the number on Mother's Day is too low, and I think the number on Father's Day is too high. There's no way that Father's Day trails by just 10 billion measly dollars.
It's actually like 13 billion.
Still, I bet you it's like 15 or 20% of Mother's Day. It's a much more. I think somebody read online the most important holidays of the year. Mother's Day. I think I saw a comic talking about this. Mother's Day came in second behind Christmas, and Father's Day was like 18th, past like Columbus Day and Arbor Day.
Well, listen, whatever the numbers are, Mother's Day dwarfs Father's Day as far as the spend.
I'll give you another little trend that gives an idea of how moms are. Okay, the moms, remember we'd always talk about that we want time away from our families for Mother's Day, some of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dads, you know what dads want to do? Most of the dads surveyed want to do outdoor activities with the family. So what does that tell you?
I'll tell you right now.
Moms are like, yep, I need a break on my day. Dads are like, yeah, let's all go do something outside, throw a Frisbee.
All fathers want to do on Father's Day is the activity that made them fathers in the first place. That's it.
Really?
That's it. Hey, honey, don't get me a card. Let's go.
Hey, Fester, are you in or out? I didn't really understand. Fester sent me a story and then like a comment, and I can't figure out whether you're in or out on this.
Okay.
The city of Bradenton is going to hold a hot dog eating competition, and they're looking for contestants. So, Fester, are you in or out?
I have to be out.
Why?
Come
on, dude.
My heart and soul wants to be in. I want to be hot dog eating competition guy. I want to live that life, but I can't. I can't eat. I can't eat like I used to. I think like I would eat 3. I mean, I'd be a disgrace to my family, to my ancestors.
The Pittsburgh Pirates have their baseball team. What is it? Is it AAA or AA or single A? What?
So
what's the Bradenton Pirates affiliated team?
Isn't it the Marauders?
Yeah, the Bradenton Marauders.
Yeah, and that's their minor league team for the Pittsburgh Pirates, right?
But is that single, double, or I don't think it's AAA. I think it might be single or AA.
Whatever.
So the city of Bradenton, they just announced that they're partnering with the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Bradenton Marauders, and they are launching a hot dog eating contest, which I think is going to be on the 4th of July. So they're going to compete with Nathan's. So the city of Bradenton and the baseball team, they're looking for 20 contestants to eat as many hot dogs as possible in 10 minutes.
I would love to be able to enter. And I could enter, but I would be a disgrace.
And then all of the money raised is going to benefit Bradenton Blue. That's a foundation with charity for local police.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah. So the event is going to be, it's not going to be 4th of July. They're going to do it the day before. It's going to be July 3rd. And it's going to be at the park, at the ballpark.
I would love to attend the event. I've been to several hot dog eating competitions in the past, all of which are fantastic family fun.
All right, dude, you've got to enter this thing.
I would finish last place.
Why?
I mean, I can't eat.
You had your lap band taken out,
Yeah,
your
but
little stomach restrictor.
I just can't eat that quickly because I'm an air swallower when I eat and I burp often.
Oh God!
I mean, I'm afraid of a reversal.
Oh.
I mean, maybe at
like
best
a Stand By Me pie eating contest.
I mean, MJ, maybe at best, how long is it? Like 12 minutes or 10 minutes to eat?
It's 10 minutes. Most hot dogs you can eat in 10 minutes. How can
I couldn't put 10 down. I couldn't put down 1 a minute.
How can you not represent the MJ Morning Show?
I mean,
I got a 350-pound guy sitting here. What are you weighing now? Where are you?
A lean 350.
Are you 350?
Maybe like 6 hot dogs shy of that. MJ, I would not be representing our morning show with any degree of victory or pride.
That's disappointing.
I know. I'm as disappointed as anybody.
It sounds like you don't have the mechanics, the body mechanics to do it.
Listen, what if I went and had a reversal and ruined the whole day? What if I ruined the event for everybody?
You threw up all over
All
everyone?
over. All over. It'd be awful. I'd love to go.
This is just disappointing.
If the city of Bradenton is looking for the lowest level of local celebrity, I'd be happy to attend. Please invite me. I mean, we're like the lowest level, but I can't participate. I'd be an embarrassment. But I love a hot dog eating contest.
All right, there is a bizarre story. There is a guy that is claiming that Target is turning the air conditioning warmer in the stores and running less lighting in order to save money.
Well, guess what? They're going to lose money because people are going to not want to come in. If that's really happening, they're not going to want to come in and get out of the heat if they have to step into a sweaty store. Right?
Listen to this headline. They want me to shop in the dark while sweating. Expert says Target is ditching AC and dimming the lights to save money. I'm going to play some audio here. I'd like to go to phones on this. I was in a Target. Last time I was in Target was in Jersey City when I took Julian back up to school for summer school.
So a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that was
Maybe a month ago.
That was the pizza tour weekend.
Yeah.
Because I flew into Newark with Julian we rented a car, then we hit up Costco, we hit up Target just to kind of get him set up for the summer and then into the fall with whatever items he needed. And I was in a Target in Jersey City, and I didn't notice that the store seemed hotter than usual. But, New York at that point didn't have, hot temperatures. But certainly here in Florida, here in the Tampa Bay area, has anyone noticed that Target is hotter? That they're not running the air conditioning and they're not running as many lights in the store in order to save money? All right, let me play this audio here from this guy, and I don't understand it. This is Dr. TJ Zito, and Dr. TJ is making this claim. Here's the audio. Then we can maybe grab some phone calls.
The temperature in Target stores is going to be hotter this summer, and they're not going to have the lights on as much. If you've seen the new signs as you're walking into Target, they're not going to run the AC as often, and they're going to bring the lights down so it's saving on their power bills. And if you think back to a few weeks ago, they were bragging about how they're going to bring down prices on the Good and Gather brand, which is...
now, we talked about this. We talked about a lot of stores are dropping prices.
Yeah.
Even like Amazon is dropping prices on certain things. We had the story like a month ago, maybe, that Target on thousands of items was lowering prices. I think Walmart even said, right, they were lowering. There's like a little bit of a war now, lowering prices because we've been hosed with high prices.
Store brand. They were also going to bring down prices on different items like Clorox. They just wanted to help us out. They were going to help the consumers out. But what this looks like to me is they lowered those prices, and now they're trying to find a way to recoup it so they're not actually out anything. So what they're going to do is not run the AC as often, and they're going to lower the light. So it's going to make the store a little bit more uncomfortable. We're walking through, we're likely to feel it being warmer in there. Hey, we're going in and out of the store. We could probably deal with it. But what about the workers? What about the workers that are in those stores day in, day out?
All right. Can anyone confirm this? Are there any Target employees? Does anyone listening work for Target? Are they turning the air conditioning warmer in the stores? Yes or no? Are they running fewer lights in the store in an effort to save money? Is this real or is this absolute BS from this
Zito?
This guy, Dr. TJ Zito.
All right, Dr. Zito.
Yeah, well, he calls himself a business doctor, so I don't know if he has a master's or a PhD in business. Here's the number. If you're a Target employee or if you're just a regular customer, have you noticed this? I'm not in Target frequently enough to be able to draw a comparison, but certainly if we have any Target team members that are listening, and you can remain completely anonymous. You don't have to give us your name if you want to remain anonymous. Is this a thing? Is this real, or is this just some kind of social media video clickbait garbage? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Is this true? Any Target employees or any customers, are the stores getting hotter, especially here in Florida, where the temperature today is supposed to reach 94 degrees. Is there any truth to this? Does anyone know? If you're a Target employee, we'd love to hear from you. Or is this total BS? And if you want to remain anonymous, you can just remain anonymous. 800-990-1047. And again, any customers recently in Target, does it sound like this is even remotely accurate that Target is turning the AC higher or making the temperature higher to save money and turning lights down?
What about the people that are working the stock room in the back, man? That's already blazing hot. And they're going outside and unloading trucks and going into that stock room. And if they're not going to run the AC, man, those people are just going to be sweating and be real uncomfortable. But I don't know if Target really cares about that. I just found it so interesting to see that sign as I walked in the door, because then my brain started running. My brain started running about all those cost savings initiatives they were bragging on a few weeks ago.
All right, and then we have a Walmart story, and not the stabbing at Dale Mabry and 275. Not that Walmart.
Yeah, story.
We already talked about that. I got another one. Let me grab line one. Hi, good morning. MJ Morning Show. Is this Jeff in Tampa?
Yes, it is. I was just going to say that I used to run a lot of fire alarms in Targets and other chains, and we would try to shut the AC off if there was a duct detector or something, and most of them said they had no control over it. It's all controlled at corporate. So at each store, they can't even change the thermostat. they're controlled somewhere else. So somebody in another city is controlling their AC usually.
All right. So
I've heard that before too about
Yeah.
the large chains being monitored by a corporate
Right.
eye on their temperature.
Yeah, so if you think about it, if you're right, you got a big box store that's sitting at 50,000 square feet or 75,000 square feet. That's some serious space, square footage to cool. And I can see where if they want to control it from a corporate standpoint, and not allow like local staff to run it, much colder, they could potentially save a lot of money. Very interesting,
But
Jeff.
if it's somebody up north that doesn't even have any clue what it's like.
Yeah, Target's based out of Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So you got somebody up there, and it's
It's 40 degrees in summer.
yeah,
Don't you know it's hot?
yeah. Don't you know? Yeah, we're gonna make them sweat their balls off in Tampa. Yeah, oh yeah.
MJ, listen. If you were a store manager of a Target, MJ,
Yeah.
first thing you're doing in the morning is dropping it to 50 degrees.
Yeah.
You're making it ice cold in there.
Yeah.
They don't want you being a manager. They don't want you having your hand on the thermostat.
All right, Jeff, thanks for the call, buddy. Jessica's in St. Pete. Hello, Jessica. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Well, hello. Good morning.
Morning, Jessica.
Hey guys. So I'm a Target regular. I must say, my fiance and I were there yesterday. If not, I try to sneak there, once or twice a week. I didn't notice anything different. I feel like it was just as cold. It was just as nice to be in there. I didn't notice anything dimmer, but boy, am I going to pay attention. I don't know. I've never heard this before, but as someone that's an active Target visitor, I certainly didn't notice anything different.
All right, and listen, if you're in there a lot, you would notice if it was uncomfortably warm, right?
Yeah, I certainly didn't notice anything. Like I said, we actually popped in there yesterday, and it was just as nice to go in, but I'll definitely be paying attention going forward.
Thank you, Jessica. Have a great day. Oh, Anonymous in St. Petersburg. Here's some juicy info coming our way. Hello. Well, it better be. Anonymous, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
What's up?
What's up?
I got some insight on why we do it, or their excuse on why we do it.
Oh, so you work at Target?
Yeah.
All right, here. This is exactly what I was looking for. A Target employee. Go ahead, Anonymous.
So it's supposed to be energy saving for the environment, and it's usually what I've seen that they've done it for.
It's all to be green, not to save money on the power bills.
Yeah, and then we got a bunch of plastic bags. But it's a lot of really just going green. They even make us put a sign up on the door and put it up and take it off from 5 to 7 p.m.
Hold on, what does it say? What does the sign say?
It says, we're going green, energy saving from 5 to 7 p.m. Sorry, it's going to be a little hot.
Oh, well, hold on. Wait a minute. So in the video I played, it seemed the guy was saying that, but I didn't really put that together. So wait a minute. There's a sign you put on the door warning people the store is going to be hotter?
Yeah, so at certain stores, they will take it, they'll take it up and down from the store, from whenever it's like 5 to 7, but at other stores, it's just pasted on the door and staying up there. So, but
and again, do you also concur that you guys cannot control the store temp, that's done by corporate remotely?
Yeah, we don't do it. We have no control over that whatsoever, and corporate is in not down here.
All right, now the Target in which you work, have you noticed that the temperature has been hotter? Have you had any discomfort?
No, I've had no discomfort whatsoever. I don't have any whatsoever. But what Target's actually done to, not have any discomfort, because I think other employees have, what we do now is we do it from 10 to 11 a.m. in the morning just for 1 hour because, like you said, some people are complaining about it.
Wow, what about the lighting? Is that another thing? Are they turning lights off?
They also do dim the lights. So that was from 5 to 7, but now it's from 10 to 11. And what's interesting about that is some stores, for instance, like I know people that have worked at stores over in Hawaii and stuff like that, and they're an energy saving 24/7, 365. So we got it pretty good where we're at.
Wow. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. Hey, you ever need anything, I'll call back.
Absolutely. You're our target anonymous dude.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're anonymous. We don't have your number, so just
Hey,
we'll send up a
Pastor,
bet.
I'm looking for that Cadillac.
Hey, let's go.
Yes.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, thank you, guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you. One last call on this. Austin is calling from Apollo Beach. Hey, Austin, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning, MJ Morning Show.
Hey, what's up?
So I'd like to chime in and say I have not noticed a single bit of difference in the temperature within the stores, and I'd like to add a comment. So I build swimming pools. I'm a tile and stone artisan here in Tampa.
Yep.
And I work outside every single day, day in, day out. And you already know we're already tiptoeing on triple-digit numbers here. And, you know, DeSantis taking away our heat break. I don't feel like if some employees within the store have to remain in an environment of 75 degrees, I don't feel like that's such a bad thing, comparatively speaking, to a lot of blue-collar workers that are out in the sun every day with no heat break.
Yeah, Austin's right.
Yeah.
That guy, Mr. Zitto, he made it sound like Target's working in a sweatshop.
Yeah.
They're not. So what? It's 76 degrees.
All
You
right.
know.
Austin, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
All right. And then from Target to Walmart, there's another video that's been circulating, and this Walmart shopper has been called out as a thief. He was spotted putting dozens of items in his bag without scanning at the self-checkout.
Wow.
But the guy's firing back. Bill Astle.
Oh my God, his name is Ass.
You Astle.
Ass.
What a flaming asshole this guy is. What an asshole. What a total asshole this guy is.
You know what? At a family reunion?
ASTLE. How do you pronounce that?
You're surrounded by Astles.
What is this, an Astle convention?
Yeah. Asshole.
And
You're
Astle.
You're related to all those Astles, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's
So
great.
this guy, Bill Astle, caught a whole lot of heat online when another shopper at the Greenmount Commons Walmart in Belleville, Illinois, videoed him loading up his shopping cart with items that the other shopper claimed that he was not scanning and just putting them in the bags. So here's part of the audio here. And, you know, here's the original. So listen to this.
This man is literally just stealing everything. He ain't scanning. So open about it. Look at the screen. Ain't nothing ringing up.
So she's videoing this guy and says, he's not scanning.
This man is literally just stealing everything. He ain't scanning.
He's literally stealing everything. He's not scanning bleep. And then this guy goes on the defense. This has millions and millions of views online. And then the guy is like trying to defend himself, saying that, no, I'm not stealing from Walmart.
Social media, it can be a wonderful place to connect with people, learn and see new things, but also it can be a nightmare. A Belleville man is finding that out firsthand. A viral video shows what looks like him stealing from Walmart, but he says he was just doing his legal job. Our John Kipper spoke with the man in the video today in a story you'll only see on 4.
This man is literally just stealing everything.
There's a video of what looks like blatant theft at a Belleville Walmart.
So open about it. Look at the screen. Ain't nothing ringing up.
Making its way across the world through social media. But the man in the video says it's not what it looks like.
I'm not a thief. I'm being pictured and painted as a thief all over the internet.
Bill Astle is the man in the video, sporting the same Battlehawk shirt that he wore on Mother's Day, the day he says it was taken. He works for Spark, Walmart's delivery service. While shopping, he scans the items from his phone.
Everything is done off the phone. So when we get to the register, we're not actually scanning a single item.
He says when they get to the register, they just need to scan their phone into self-checkout and then bag the items. And yet, when he did that last month, he was unknowingly being filmed.
Millions and millions of views.
The video is on every major social media platform.
Yep.
From TikTok to Instagram, to YouTube, and over to Twitter X, which says it's been viewed nearly 16 million times on that platform alone. It's led to people calling him a thief online, even reaching out to the Battlehawk saying, please control your fans. And other.
So essentially the guy's saying, I'm not an asshole.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is the person that held their phone out to tape this guy an asshole?
Really?
I'm not a thief. I'm being pictured and painted as a thief all over the internet. Everything is done off the phone. So when we get to the register, we're not actually scanning a single item. I've had customers say, hey, didn't I see you on the internet, and were you stealing items? And then I have to explain to people what I'm doing.
So the story essentially is that sometimes things are not as they appear.
Right.
Yeah, it's like your side view mirror, that objects may be closer than they appear.
It's also a good Meatloaf song. It's a deep cut, but it's good.
There you have it. And listen, with that many, a couple of days ago it was 16.5 million. It's probably over 20 million views now. And the guy works for a shopping service, and he does something with his phone, and then is able to like bulk scan, I guess.
He scans it as he puts it in the cart.
Right.
And then he hits the QR code.
Yeah.
The Walmart digital screen reads
And then
QR
it
codes.
goes ahead, and it just, so he doesn't have to put everything on the belt, I guess.
I mean, it's...
Or not on the belt, but because they don't have a self-checkout. You don't have to rescan everything. He's doing it as he puts it in the cart.
But he does have to bag it up there.
So again, I just thought it was interesting because sometimes things are not as they appear. You might think you've got somebody nailed, dead to right, and boom, you're wrong.
And now with all of this sharing, and you could split screen and react to videos, even if the original poster took it down, it's still going to be there forever.
It'll live on because you have all, like you said, you have all the reposts and people
turn it into memes.
When something turns hot, people steal that video and they post it for themselves to try to monetize. So, I mean, what about the original woman? Is there any culpability, any liability there? No, not really.
Hmm.
I got to be honest. Can I mention something?
What?
I was waiting to get threatened by the parents of the little kid running around Tampa International Airport, where I hit 1 million views over the weekend. I was, I got to be honest, I was waiting maybe to get a message or someone DM me. Hey, I'm the mother, I'm the father of that little 6-year-old kid that's running all over the place at Tampa International. My video's got 1 million views on Instagram as of this weekend. And it crossed my mind. Am I going to get a direct message or an email, threatening, take that video down or I'll, punch your lights out? I'm the father. Somebody's here in Tampa Bay because the kid flew in from Fort Lauderdale as an unaccompanied minor and then was running all over Tampa International, and the Spirit Airlines staff was going crazy trying to corral this kid.
All the people out there who want to punch you, and it's the dad of that kid that gets that. How about that? Funny.
Imagine that.
Anyway, you can go ahead and hit my if you haven't seen the video, you can hit my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. But it crossed my mind, is someone going to call me? I had some people saying, oh, you shouldn't have filmed this kid. And, some people saying it looks like he's autistic. Listen, the kid it's a public place, and the kid is running through the airport away, making the Spirit Airlines employees chase him as an unaccompanied minor, and they're terrified. They're responsible for the safety of the kid, and the kid is tearing away from them and running through the terminal. Anyway, all right, you ready for the latest tipping story?
Yes. Oh, boy.
Yeah, we've been dealing with this for years now, especially post-COVID. The tipping culture is just out of control. It's really, we've talked about this a million times, ad nauseum. Listen to this one. Guy claims that a cashier scoffed at them because they didn't leave a tip on a $3 bottle of Dasani water.
What's a scoff? Define scoff. I mean, I know what it means, but okay. Yeah. Is that a scoff?
All three
good
of
scoffs.
our interpretations could qualify as scoffs.
Yeah, this was a Reddit subgroup, a subreddit post, And this individual says they went into Subway and just grabbed the Dasani from the drink shelf near the door, brought it to the register, paid, and when the customer checked the no tip option on the bill, the customer said the cashier was visibly upset. Quote, listen to this. The cashier scoffed at me as I was walking away. The worker behind her asked if I had tipped, and the cashier said no. The other worker scoffed, rolled her eyes, clearly annoyed that I didn't tip. What the F?
Right.
You grab a bottle of water. This is a Subway sandwich shop.
So they now have tip screens at Subway?
I haven't been to a Subway in a very, very long time.
Neither have I.
Sorry, but all the Tom Brady, Derek Jeter, Steph Curry, all those have not.
They haven't swayed you.
They haven't brought me into Subway.
You know
I'm sorry.
The closest thing to bring me back to a Subway, which hasn't worked just yet, the footlong cookie.
Or the footlong pretzel.
Or they have churros, too.
Tell you what, yeah. Well, listen, Subway's trying everything they can to, get sales back up. Listen, Subway became too saturated, and they weren't protecting a lot of their franchisees. They'd open up a Subway like 4 blocks from another Subway and then tell the franchisee that's getting affected, yep, too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah, I've heard just a lot of, I hear they can be tough on their franchisees. Listen, I tend to, if I want a sandwich, I'm going to grab a Cuban from, La Segunda or the Floridian or, we went to Bricado's recently.
That's right.
Yeah, to grab a sandwich. Mickey's. If I want a classic sub, that Mickey's in South Tampa in the Marina area in the duckweed. In the duckweed
market.
It's inside. You got to be careful how you say that.
Yeah.
Duckweed. That was a big. That's not really used much anymore. But when I was like a kid and when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, that was like the pejorative. That was like the cut down. Calling somebody a bleep weed.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was big back in when I was growing up. Yeah. But I don't think
you don't hear it very often.
I don't think kids call people, weed anymore.
No.
So in the duckweed market, you got Mickey's subs, and it is a great sub. And remember, Mickey's last September was named by USA Today as the #1 best cheap eats in America. South Tampa, right off of West Shore, just south of Gandy, in the Marina area, in the duckweed market, in the way back is this independent little sub stand called Mickey's. And so that's where I'm going. I'm not typically going into a franchise for a sub, all right? That's where I get. Oh, speaking of sandwiches, have you ever been to the Boozy Pig?
No, you went there? Where have I seen that recently? Did I see it on your?
Yeah, it was on my Instagram.
Okay.
So I've known about the Boozy Pig.
Oh yeah, I saw that photo.
It's on Cypress. It's just down from Midtown, near 275 and Cypress. So just east of Midtown. It's called the Boozy Pig, and I've known it's been there for I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years or so. And I've been aware of the place, and I stopped at. They've got a butcher shop. And then they have the restaurant right next to it. And so I'd been into the butcher shop in the past, but I never got any food there. And a friend of ours said, man, you got to try their mixto sandwich. And it's kind of their take on a Tampa Cuban. And it's like, oh my God, the sandwich was unfreaking believable.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chloe got a breakfast sandwich on a Cuban. It was phenomenal. Food was fantastic. So I had El Mixto, Mixto, and it's like like I said, their take on a Tampa Cuban, pressed, and it was just phenomenal. And I posted a picture. It's on my Instagram. The sandwich, we went Friday, just before lunchtime, 11 a.m. or so, we stopped in, and it was incredible. So I posted the picture. That's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. But just wrapping up on this, it is preposterous to think that you're owed, you expect a tip when somebody grabs a bottle of Dasani water? And you want to tip on the $3 bottle of water, and then you roll eyes and you scoff when you don't get a tip? What are you talking about?
I don't think of tipping at a Subway in the first place, much less on a bottle of water you just pull out of the refrigerator there.
Fast food and takeout, I'm sorry, I don't tip. When I sit down in a restaurant and I get great service, yes, I'll tip. I'm not tipping on fast food. That is my rule. We've talked about this for years now. And, of course, it got really bad during COVID and then after COVID. You can understand that maybe with some of the workers that were during, a lot of the shutdowns that they were working, there were people that thought, all right, little charity tip here. Thank you for being there. Thanks for working. But then after COVID wound down, it's like this tipping culture stuck. And then it got even worse. And now the expectation is that you have to tip. And we've seen these tip screens where you're forced to tip, and then you always feel that the employees like kind of looking to see, they're looking to see, are you going to tip, not tip? But having an expectation of getting a tip on your own water that you got out of the cooler, and you're grabbing a bottle and you expect a tip on, get the bleep out of here.
Last week, I left my first tip on a digital screen ever.
Oh, the Domino's deal.
No.
What?
This is different. I took Hadley to work on Thursday.
Yep.
After work, I'm like,
and she was a pleasure. She was a delight. She had a couple of very funny lines on the show on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's coming back in a few weeks. Anyway, that's not here.
That's fine. She can come at any time.
Isn't there a week where it's just you and I?
We have a interesting week coming up. It's like the week of the 24th, I think.
It's next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roxanne is out next week, and so's Froggy.
Okay.
Froggy's not here today because, shocker, 3-day weekend.
So I roped Hadley into coming in a couple of days that week. I don't know what she's going to do. But anyway, after the show, I said, hey, glad you had a good time. Let's go. We can get anything you want. Is there anything you want? We can do. And she never had a boba tea. Have you ever had a boba tea?
Oh, my kids love that.
Yeah.
With a little
the bubble,
tapioca?
Yeah, it's a bubble tea. It's boba or bubble tea.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know what they were.
Chloe's into those things, and I'm sorry. To me, they're like little phlegm balls floating in there. I don't.
Yeah. Delicious little phlegm balls.
They're not my thing, but that's a good description.
We went to a boba tea place, and I had to even look up where to go. We found the place, and I don't know anything about the flavors or how to make them. And the person behind the counter was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped them an entire $1 on a $6.50 boba tea.
Do they have the plastic on top, and then you poke your straw through the plastic?
You have to stab right in the center of it.
Stab it, like an OJ stab.
But then I saw this Domino's commercial. If you tip the driver $3.
We talked about this.
But it's back. It's back. It went away.
No. We talked about this 3 weeks ago. Or we already talked about this on the show.
I didn't think we talked about it this recently.
No, we talked about it over the last couple of weeks.
I forget it then.
Yeah, the Domino's, they're doing a promotion. If you tip your driver at least $3, they will give you $3 off your next pizza order.
So we went to a sandwich shop on Saturday night. Myself, Doug, and then my 2 kids plus my 2 nieces. So we had 4 kids with us. And so Doug, it's sandwiches to go, right? And so Doug goes up and buys it, and he comes back. He's like, guess how much this was? And, where I was doing sticker shock to one another. And it was close to $100. And he's like, and that was before tip. And they were sandwiches to go. So I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, I got suckered into it. They were telling me the whole time they were making the sandwiches how slow it was because of the rain. So Doug got guilt. He
got guilt tipped because of the weather?
I got weather guilt tipped.
Yeah.
So then he kind of got him back because then when we left, it was closing time. There was nobody in there. And he's like, okay, we just want one big to-go order that we're going to put in right now if you don't mind. But, not really.
Fake out?
He tried to fake them out like their faces dropped. Like, what?
Great.
We're ready to get out of here.
Doug got guilt tipped?
Yeah, he did because of the rain.
Hey, Fester, I just got a text. Actually, it came in a while ago.
Yeah.
Dr. Michael Childers, dentist.
Yeah.
Down in Sarasota.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Childers He was the dentist that did all the mangle mouth dental refurbs.
He's become a good friend.
Yeah. So Dr. Childers down in Sarasota, great dentist, and a very good friend of the MJ Morning Show, sent me a text. And the text reads, Fester can spend the night at my house to get prepared to eat the hot dogs for the Bradenton hot dog eating contest.
I'm counting on you, buddy.
Can you imagine? So if we send Fester down,
I'm not sure how to take that invitation, Doc.
He enters the hot dog eating contest, and big build up. Fester from the MJ Morning Show. Look at this guy. He's 350 pounds, and then he's the worst performer of them all.
MJ, haven't you learned by now that the
You got a 90-year-old grandma can eat more hot dogs than Fester.
But listen, fat people historically don't do well in these competitions. Kobayashi, a very thin man.
Oh, that's true.
Joey Chestnut he's a good sized guy, but he's not obese. Fatty boombalatties like myself are not high ranking members of the competitive eating community. There's very few of us. But thank you for the offer, Doc.
Gordon Ramsay, lucky to be alive. You donkey!
What happened? One of his sous chefs
You moron! What, you can't ride a bike? You loser!
What happened to Gordon?
Gordon Ramsay got into a bike accident and almost died, he says. Yeah, what is it with British celebrities?
It's a niche. Simon Cowell. remember?
Simon Cowell. I think he fell off his bike and hit his head like 3 times or something. I'm like, dude, stay off. And also, did he have facial reconstruction? Because you can't even recognize the guy anymore.
He's trying to live up to his Simon Cowell of the early 2000s when American Idol first
What
took
has
off,
he
right?
done to his face? Looks like he was in a fire or something. I mean, you can't even recognize Simon Cowell anymore.
So Simon falls off bikes.
I want to look at his face and hit the big red X button. You know what is it? What show is that? Is that
America's Got Talent?
Is that America's Got Talent? My God, America's got bad plastic surgery. It's called Simon Cowell. My God, what has he done to himself?
It's a new show starring Simon.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so here are the details
on the chef
on Gordon Ramsay. You donkey! 57 years old, revealed over the weekend that he was treated at a hospital after being injured in a really bad bicycle accident up in Connecticut. It really shook me, he says, in a video shared to Instagram and X. See if you can find his video. I meant to pull this, but I forgot. Ramsay wrote in the post's caption that he's doing okay, did not break any bones or suffer any major injuries, but he's a bit bruised up, looking like a purple potato.
Holy crap, here's a still picture of the bruise.
Oh my gosh, is that real?
Yeah,
I have never seen a bruise that big.
That's terrifying.
It looks like his ribs were smashed, but I guess no broken bones. But his bruising on his torso, it looks like a full purple body tattoo, like a blockout tattoo. It is bizarre. You ought to see his helmet. His helmet is like destroyed, like shredded to smithereens. So he hit his head, hit his side. Did you find the audio?
No, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, go to his Instagram. But he says that he might have died. He says he's lucky to be here. And he raises up his chef's coat and shows this massive. Is this it? Right.
It might be.
All right, hold on. Go ahead and start from the beginning. And then unmute it. Would you please? All right, here we go. Go.
It's unmuted.
No, it's not.
It's on your end.
Oh, no, I don't know something. I'll pay on a minute. All right, start again. Hit refresh and then hit it. And go.
Hi guys, it's Gordon. I'd like to share a very important message with you all. You know how much I love cycling and triathlons and Ironman, etc. This week, unfortunately, I had a really bad accident and it really shook me. And honestly, I'm lucky to be here. Now, from those incredible trauma surgeons, doctors, nurses in the hospital that looked after me this week, they were amazing. But honestly, you've got to wear a helmet. I don't care how short the journey is. I don't care, the fact that these helmets cost money, but they're crucial. Even with the kids, a short journey, they've got to wear a helmet. Now, I'm lucky to be standing here. I'm in pain. It's been a brutal week, and I'm sort of getting through it.
Look at this.
Oh,
But,
my God.
Holy frig.
I cannot tell you the importance of wearing a helmet. This weekend is massive. It's Father's Day for new fathers, old fathers, middle-aged fathers. I want to wish you all a very... Hi, guys.
All right, so there it is.
That's the clip.
Yeah.
But wow, what a bruise.
Yeah, and I saw a picture that he doesn't show the helmet in the video, but I saw another photo of the helmet, and it is destroyed. And if he wasn't wearing the helmet, I mean, his brain might look like some kind of beef stew or something, or what other
a vegetable soup.
Yeah, vegetable soup.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Gordon Ramsay says he's lucky to be alive. I don't see where in Connecticut. Oh, it looks like New London. Yeah. So Lawrence and Memorial Hospital in New London, Connecticut.
Great. The British guy comes to America and moves to New London.
Yeah.
Real original.
Oh, yeah.
I could have guessed that.
That's funny. That's
Come
actually
on.
pretty funny. But he had a nasty bicycle spill. So, I agree with wearing a helmet. Absolutely. 8:49 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, do you know what a pick-me girl is?
I've heard this before, but this is very interesting because I've heard two different kind of spins on it.
Yeah. Folks, do you know what a pick-me girl is? Not a pygmy, not P-I-G, not a...
That's not a very small person.
It's a pick-me. Yeah, like pick three. It's a pick-me girl. If you don't know what that is, we will splainulate coming up in just about a moments. And then I also saw just this weird story on women preferring a certain type of guy's looks. And it's just weird. So hang on, I'll get to all that and a whole lot. Oh, did you see the lobster salad story?
No.
There is a lobster salad story that is unbelievable. That, I got Hollywood dirt, celebrities. We got a lot of stuff. We got almost an hour to go, and we're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you have a garage... MJ and the gang. Well, minus Froggy today. Froggy texted in sick today. So if you see Froggy around, ask him how he liked the new 3-day weekend. I think he's I think like 95%. It's either a Monday or Friday. So, I mean, it's the Froggy 3-day weekend. But, hey, it's Fester, Roxanne, and, of course, me, MJ, here. Next week's going to be interesting because Roxanne and Froggy are out on vacation, so I think it's just going to be Fester and me, or maybe, well, and Chloe's interning.
So can't have Chloe come in.
Yeah, Chloe's interning.
Is that a Monday through Friday deal?
Well, Monday through Thursday.
Maybe she could come in next Friday.
Yeah, because Chloe's interning. I guess I can say this is a pretty safe place. Chloe is interning this summer at the state attorney's office.
That's cool.
13th Judicial Circuit, where the state attorney is Susie Lopez. And
love her.
Yeah, she's great. She really is. And, really kind of cleaned up that office. And, we're prosecuting crimes the way we should be. So Chloe is interning down at the state attorney's office and having a great time. So, she won't be able to come in because she's interning. So, maybe we'll get her in on Friday next week. Or maybe I'll get some. Maybe Michelle will come in with me 1 or 2 mornings.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Live in the studio.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I'll see if Michelle will come in.
Yeah, 1 or 2 days, Michelle.
Yeah.
Maybe we could pick up.
Yeah.
Who's that homeless guy I see in the corner as I turn off of past Roosevelt and MLK?
That's Cletus.
I'll pick him up one morning. Maybe he comes in like Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Between the homeless people, Michelle and Chloe, we could work it out.
Hey, speaking of law enforcement related things, Chloe interning at the state attorney's office in Hillsborough, there was that horrific police and how do you describe this?
There have been some multiple horrific things lately.
There's a horrific incident that
this weekend kind of stole a lot of headlines.
Oh, wow.
So it was a domestic violence at a family's house that Hillsborough County responded to, and then it just escalated and got much worse.
Yeah, terrible, terrible story. A deputy was shot.
He's doing better, though. I've seen photos of him on Chad Cronister's social media page.
Yeah, so Deputy Shane Magoo, only 2 years on the job, a brand new deputy, essentially. Officers during their career, they don't get shot by and large. No. It's so rare. Listen, as a matter of fact, you have most police officers that never even fire their gun during their career. The overwhelming number of police officers, the only time they're firing their gun is when they got to qualify and they got to go to the range. That's when they're firing their gun. But most police officers over a 20, 30-year career never actually fire the gun. They draw, but they never fire.
Right.
And here's this shootout over the weekend, and Deputy Shane Magoo in this domestic situation was shot in the leg. And, you listen to the body cam, and he's like, I've been hit, tourniquet. And, luckily, the word from Sheriff Cronister is that he's going to fully recover. Had some surgery yesterday. I think they put a titanium rod in his leg, and they expect him to make a full recovery. But it just gets you thinking again, what law enforcement does in our communities here in the Tampa Bay area, whether it's local police department, whether it's one of the sheriff's offices, the work they do for our community and the fact that they put themselves in danger. And here's a 26-year-old deputy, Shane Magoo, and he's been with HCSO for 2 years, and he's shot in the leg. This could have been a whole lot worse, and it is expected that he's going to make a full recovery.
Thank goodness.
Yep, absolutely. And I saw Sheriff Cronister make a couple of statements. There's a picture of him in the Deputy Magoo's hospital room. But every single day you have law enforcement serving and protecting, and they never know. And we've always heard this. I've been an honorary deputy with Hillsborough County since 1997 through Cal Henderson, through David G., and now Chad Cronister. And we talk about this all the time, that among the most unpredictable calls that a police officer can go on is a domestic violence call.
Yep.
Those pound for pound can be the most dangerous for police officers. So luckily this is going to turn out where the deputy is going to fully recover. So thankful for that. All right. Man, my bolognese last night was so.
It jumped out of the page. It jumped out of my phone and into my mouth almost. It was like graphic and delicious looking.
So I have 2 posts on my Instagram. The first one is a video I shot. So if you go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, I shot an Instagram video yesterday morning because I was taking the frozen bolognese out of my freezer because I made it like 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. I made it, and then we had some right away, but then I froze the bulk of it. And even in the video, I point out that when you defrost this and then reheat it, it's even better. When you make a sauce and you let it sit in the fridge for a couple of days, it's better because the flavors really have an opportunity to gel. So I made this video yesterday morning, and then I posted a picture of the pasta and the sauce last night, and it was just so good. And I used this really nice, rough, bronze die cut tagliatelle, and I got it from Luigi from Trattoria Pasquale, and he ordered it for me from the Italian, food distributor. Right. And I was hoping to get Rusticella de Abruzzo, but they were out of it. And they substituted a brand called Spinosi, made in Italy, bronze die, and it was phenomenal. I mean, what an amazing pasta. And I made the bolognese, I made the sauce, and then I used the appropriate pasta. So if you're in Bologna and you're in Italy, the right way to eat a bolognese is with a tagliatelle. Typically I would say bolognese and tagliatelle, but the correct ways to pronounce them is for the pasta, and tagliatelle is just a little bit wider than a fettuccine. But, oh, man, this pasta was so freaking good. And my bolognese, and thank you again to Massimo up in Palm Harbor, Massimo's. He gave me the recipe for this like 10, 12, 13 years ago. But if you want to see what this looked like last night, and then I've got some microplane Parmesan on top. If you want to see this noodle and see the bolognese, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. And oh, my God. Look how phenomenal this looks. Oh, just I overate. And, I was almost going to call in sick like Froggy.
Froggy, you should have.
Yeah, I was bloated this morning. I ate so much of my bolognese tagliatelle.
So
I ate so much I was going to call in sick.
Froggy sends us a text at
4 o'clock,
4:38 this morning.
Yeah,
my back seized up.
Yeah,
lifting my bed last night. Can't walk.
Yeah, whatever.
Then
why the hell is he lifting his bed?
Who knows?
I was going to text the group. I feel bloated. I'll do a group text. I ate so much of my bolognese tagliatelle that I feel bloated and I can't come in today. I can't move.
Okay, so it's funny. When I read this text this morning, I just kind of glanced at it.
Right.
Do you find yourself doing that sometime? You don't read all the words in a text message, which changes the meaning, because I just saw my back seized up in my bed last night. Can't walk. And I was like, oh, sounds like you guys had a good night.
Lucky guy.
Yeah, a little one-way trip to Pound Town. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
That sounds awful.
Happy Father's Day.
All right, moving
And now
along.
your back hurts.
All right, do you know what a pick-me girl is?
I've heard some different variations, but I think I get the gist of it.
What do you think a pick-me girl is?
It's like a girl who tries to be a cool girl, wants to be thought of as the it girl, but then will do nefarious things to get to that point. That's where the bad component of it comes in.
You're pretty close.
Like sabotage other women?
Yes. That's
Well,
part of it.
Here's the deal. A pick-me girl is a term. It's a slang term. Pick-me girl. Oh, she's a pick-me girl. And that term, a pick-me, it's pick, P-I-C-K, me, pick-me girl. And it is a term that is used to insult a woman who has no problem selling out other women in order to get attention from men. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. The attention from men was a component I didn't include, but that's a big part of it.
That's a huge part of the equation. So a pick-me girl will call out, sell out, disparage another woman in order to get the attention of a man. That is a pick-me girl.
It's almost like misogynistic projection because you're a woman, but you're kind of doing that to other women.
I would like to poke around a little bit here and maybe ask some of our listeners, have you had any pick-me girl experiences? Would you like to confess? Are you a pick-me girl? Or do you know a pick-me girl as described? So any facet, and listen, I don't know what kind of calls we'll get on this, but I'd love to hear from our listeners. Or did you not know that there was a name for this? That, oh my God, I didn't know that there was a name, a pick-me girl. If anyone would like to share, anyone would like to check in on this, 800-990-1047. That's 800-990-1047. That's how you get in. Any pick-me girls. And if I don't get a great response here, maybe we'll bring this up again tomorrow morning a little bit earlier.
Yeah, when the pick-me girls are awake. Yes. Gotta get up early.
You gotta get picked. Jeez.
The number to get in, 800-990-1047. That's 800-990-1047. Oh, I wish I would have told you to look. Have you seen that Verbo? You know that the Verbo like vacation or the apartment rental Verbo?
Yeah.
VRBO, and I think it's pronounced Verbo.
Yeah, what about it?
It's it's for vacation rentals.
Is it like an Airbnb?
Yeah. So
okay.
we've used Verbo in the past in several places, but Verbo, and while we're seeing if anyone calls in on the Pick Me Girl, so Verbo, they're running a commercial, and you know what? It's refreshing. There's this guy with no shirt on at the barbecue, and he's like this overweight, unfit guy. And it's refreshing instead of having like some chiseled dude with a six-pack, which would be typical. In the Verbo vacation rental commercial, the guy's got a big old gut as he's standing at the barbecue.
That's
I thought that
awesome.
was
Yeah.
great.
Good.
All right, Andrew's going through some calls right now to see if we have any pick-me girl calls. But Roxanne, have you ever been the pick-me girl? Have you ever?
No, I'm not a saboteur. But I feel like some resonance.
That's not what I've heard.
You've heard nothing of the sort.
You've heard nothing.
You've heard
of
nothing of the
sort.
sort. Not to women. I'm a saboteur to people who deserve it, but I would never be a saboteur to women.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Roxanne is like
I'm a woman's. I'm a girl's girl.
Roxanne's like Batgirl. She like fights dark forces.
Have you known any of these pick-me girls?
I mean, honestly, I think it's just another way for women to hate on each other. I think it's a phrase that came about so you can find something else to dislike about another female.
Hey, Crystal in Holiday. Hey, Crystal, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ. Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think we're. Yeah, it might be a little choppy, but we can hear you.
It keeps connecting to my car's Bluetooth. There we go.
About so you can find something else to.
All right, can you hear me now? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you remember a few weeks back you guys were talking about those Facebook groups and stuff where they date the same guys and the girls post the guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a ton of those pick-me girls on there, and they'll sit there and take screenshots of what you post about that guy, then go post it to that guy or send it to him or whatever. So you'll find a lot of those on there. And I have my own pick-me story, but I was more interested in telling you about the pick-me girls on that group.
Wow. And then what is your pick-me girl story?
Oh, years back, I was dating some guy, and I had like a kind of acquaintance friend or whatever, but she was one of those girls.
And so when she saw me hanging out with a guy friend who was gay, literally homosexual, she went to the guy I was dating and told him and all, and they ended up hooking up.
Oh, man. So she went to the other girl and told, or
she went to her boyfriend.
She went to the guy
and said, "Hey, your girl's
with another guy," and this was just a friend who happened to be homosexual.
Yeah, it's literally, but he wasn't the type of, like, he wasn't flamboyant. He was pretty masculine looking. And
So she used that to go to the guy to then get with the guy that you were dating?
She took pictures. She took pictures of me with him and went to him and said I was with another guy.
What an evil witch.
Sexual. But because he looked so quote-unquote masculine to the guy I was dating, he didn't believe me. So
Did you set things straight with the guy, or was that whole thing toast after that?
I was toast, but it was good. It was fine. He didn't believe me, but it was better that it didn't work out. So, but she totally ended up with him, and good riddance. So.
Wow. And then did you had a friendship with this girl?
It was more of like an acquaintance friendship.
Yeah.
It wasn't like best friends or anything like that, but
Right.
she had definitely always given off that vibe, and I guess I didn't really like err on the side of caution around her knowing my guy at the time. But like I said, it worked out in the best.
Wow. And
Yeah.
What'd she look like? Was she decent or no?
Well, this was when we were younger. I mean, we were in our 20s, and so like, I don't know, like, I didn't really think she was that attractive because there's girls out there that I find really pretty and everything, and I didn't really, in my own personal opinion. So I don't really know what he thought of her, but he thought enough of her to get with her.
All right, thanks. I appreciate the call. Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say if she was like overly attractive though.
Gotcha. Crystal, thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, Evan or Orlando. Evan, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Yeah, so what is your pick-me girl story?
Well, this is unbelievable. When I was going to college years and years ago, I don't want to say the company I worked for. I don't want to call them out because a lot of people will know me. But
if it's years and years ago, who cares?
Evan's very famous in Orlando.
Well, there's still people in the industry, but I used to do a lot of model photography for modeling agencies in Florida.
Yep.
And I had an opportunity just for one weekend as a supplemental photographer for a big event in a particular beach that you're probably familiar with.
My God, can you get any more cryptic? What, you're not going to tell us the beach?
You're really leaving out a lot
Siesta
of
Key?
There was about 18 models.
Okay.
And I got to see behind the scenes the way these women were behaving versus when they were out amongst the audience.
Right, and how do they behave behind the scenes?
Worse than people in the military, worse than guys in the military, the way they're talking to each other.
So not catty. I was thinking you were going for the cattiness angle.
No, they probably were catty and nasty, right?
Yeah, nasty because they all wanted to be in the limelight. They all wanted more of the attention of.
They didn't want to be outshone by another one of the models, right?
Yeah, I mean, it completely changed my viewpoint of what the modeling industry was like from that point on, because I thought the models behind the scenes were the way they are when you see them in public, and I can't speak for every model, but these particular models were like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, so they might look good, but they're ugly behind the scenes is what you're saying.
Sad to say.
Gotcha.
Wow.
All right, thanks, pal. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate the call.
I'm glad you could figure out that story with the crazy lack of detail.
Cryptic information.
It was Secret Beach.
Yeah.
Secret Beach.
Evan's very popular in this particular industry.
Can't say the company.
Secret Beach.
Okay.
We love you, Evan.
Evan, thanks.
I think the big thing is the male approval component of it. Pick Me Girl seeks male validation by directly insinuating or indirectly that she's not like the other girls. And then the sabotage part is bad. But also when I hear this, I feel like some girls are like that, and that's okay. That's just your personality, right? And why do you have to cut each other down?
You want to hear something bizarre?
Yeah, what is it?
New research shows, and this is published in Evolutionary Psychology. I've heard of this journal. This is a medical journal called Evolutionary Psychology.
What does it involve? Humans losing their pinky or something?
Listen to this. Women that are having financial problems are more attracted to men with more feminine features.
Oh, that's a weird connection.
What? Say what?
How'd they do this survey? How'd they come up with the even ability to ask this question or reason to ask this question for this
New
survey?
study published in Evolutionary Psychology found that women experiencing economic hardship are attracted to men that are more feminine, with more feminine features. And the suggestion is that that type of man are potentially or believed to be more loyal and likely to invest in long-term parental care. Yes. So researchers found 802 heterosexual women from social media. Average age was 25. 35% were single, 62% in committed relationships. Then to complete the survey, explores 3 domains of scarcity, material time, cycle. Anyway, it's a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo here. But the ultimate 802, that's a fairly good sample size. And they took part in a face rating experiment in which 42 male faces were rated based on attractiveness. Researchers then use different facial metrics to analyze their preferences, noting perceived masculinity across the photographs. And what they were able to put together is that women find more feminine features to be more attractive when they're having financial issues, when they're broke.
Can I have some government money to do a funded study on women who sit next to larger men being more likely to lie about their age? I mean, what kind of random...
I don't lie about my age.
The woman.
Oh, you. Oh, you.
What kind of random throw stuff at the wall kind of study is this?
So you're financially strapped and you're looking for an effeminate guy?
It's just bizarre.
Take it a step further. Maybe you're a lesbian.
Because you think they're going to be the faithful?
All right, when we get back, I got to tell you about the $120 a pound lobster salad.
Where?
Well, you hold on. Lobster salad, $120 a pound? What freaking moron on a stick is buying this?
I mean, it's like just lobster and mayo, right?
Wait until you hear where this is. Holy, all right, that's next and a whole lot more in the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next here on 104.7 FM. It's Q105. Just got the... You're about to hear the most ridiculous price for a seafood salad item. This is just out of control. 9:32 at the MJ Morning Show. And, of course, where would an item at a supermarket or a deli be out of control, ridiculously priced? If you were to pick one place in the country, remember, it's summertime. That's a little bit of a hint from a geography standpoint. Hoity-toity.
Where the lobster.
What is it, like a
couple
like Whole Foods?
Oh, dude, come on. There's a couple of guesses. I said geographical.
Somewhere in Maine.
No. Listen.
That'd be cheaper up there.
Okay.
All right, let me just tell you what
California?
The Hamptons.
Oh, the Hamptons.
The Hamptons. Or, one... Festa, why are you clearing your throat?
I thought I was clearing it
No,
silently.
you're not. You're like incessantly. You're clearing your throat right on the microphone.
Incessantly is 4 times. Okay, that's not incessantly. That's 4 times. Not okay. That's 5.
It's the Hamptons.
Yes.
Another place where you would potentially guess that the salad items at the market are ridiculously priced. Also might be like Martha's Vineyard, for instance. Again, summertime playground for the celebrities. But this is the Hamptons out on Long Island. The Hamptons, then you got Montauk at the very end. This is the most obnoxious thing I think I've read in the last week. There is a market called the Red Horse Market. Their lobster salad is $120 a pound. And people are buying it. What kind of schmucks on wheels? Well, then I think they're driving Bentleys to the...
They're really, really nice wheels.
But what kind of schmuck? I don't care how much money you have. Who the living F is paying $120 a pound for lobster salad?
Yeah.
And the market says, well, it's very good.
I would expect it to be very good.
The Red Horse Market has been a busy place. I mean, what are the other prices in this joint? Yeah, it's in East Hampton, so it's in the Hamptons. This is in East Hampton. And the Red Horse Market is charging $120 a pound for lobster salad. Yeah. The store manager, Christian Pineda, told the New York Post that he's only gotten complaints from some of our customers about the lobster salad. What? Are they that out of touch? And he says people are buying the lobster salad at $100. I'd like to see other prices at this place.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up a menu.
What is a rotisserie chicken? $79.99. Oh, it's a 3.5 pound, fryer. Rotisserie is $80 for a rotisserie chicken. What is the potato salad? What, like $49.99 a pound for the freaking potato salad?
We have a new coleslaw for $52 a pound.
Yo, that's
You'll love it.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the menu, but I'm finding all these other Red Horses, Red Horse Tavern.
No,
I don't think Red Horse Market puts their menu up. You have to pay to look at it.
Well, Fester's on it right now.
Oh, you found it. Okay,
so
good.
the Red Horse Market, their menu offers no pricing.
Yeah, it has the items.
Everything looks fantastic. I mean, it sounds all really good, but it has no pricing.
Fresh homemade sausages, hot sausage, sweet sausage, broccoli rabe, spinach and garlic. Yeah, the sausages are $4,000 a piece.
A link, $4,000 a link.
Look, whole chicken cordon bleu. Yeah, chicken cordon bleu. I'm sure it's about $92.99 a pound. I mean, can you imagine 120? I would like to stand in that market and just ridicule anybody that would order the lobster. So you get 2 pounds of lobster salad.
$200.
$240.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Mind-boggling.
Listen, what is lobster a pound these days?
I don't know. We had it last night at my mom's house for Father's Day. It was really good.
Where'd you get the lobster?
My mom bought it, and she just but we ration it. Like usually, the little kids aren't allowed to have any.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just allowed to have chicken fingers because they don't appreciate it.
You guys
right?
can have nuggets from Tyson Nuggets. Yeah, little dinosaur nuggets. That's what you're having. You little bitches.
But it was really yummy.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
It wasn't that expensive, though.
This is a mail order company from Maine.
Yep.
I don't know how accurate this is compared to like local market pricing, but it says you can get a pound of real lobster meat, not the shell, not the guts.
Right, just the meat.
$82.99 for the pound.
That's ridiculous.
And they ship it to you.
I remember I interviewed for a job.
What, at a lobster factory?
Can I finish my sentence, you wise ass?
Oh.
All right. So I interviewed for a job in Portland, Maine, radio station called G98. And I interviewed for the program director job back in 1980. I think it was 1987 or 88.
Oh, you'd been miserable there.
Yeah, Portland, Maine. And luckily I didn't get the job because ownership wasn't great. But on the way out, I flew from Portland, Maine, back to Virginia Beach, Norfolk International. And I remember I stopped at a place called Captain Newick's in Portland, Maine, because somebody had recommended. I brought back 2 5-pound lobsters. It was $3 a pound.
Those were the days.
$15 per lobster, $30 for 10 pounds. 2 5-pound lobsters. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, lobsters are they're the cockroach of the sea. What's going on here? Anyway, $120 a pound is absolutely ridiculous.
It's nuts.
You know, this isn't bad, though. So the manager of the market pointed out that they also have a lobster roll for $28. That's not bad.
Compared to, yeah.
But is it a nicely packed lobster roll or is it a skimp fest? That's the question. No, but you go up to Maine, you know, if I go to Bob's Clam Hut in Kittery, lobster roll's probably $34.99. Or, you know, a bunch of great, you know, lobster huts and lobster rolls along the Massachusetts and Maine coast. And, you know, it's not cheap. So I just saw that number and I was like, that is the most ridiculous. Hey, speaking of money, those magnet fishermen, the couple that pulled up the safe in Queens, New York, out of a lake.
Yeah.
And there was close to $100,000 inside.
Yeah, of waterlogged money.
They're now missing.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
No.
They've been taken by the mob.
I'm kidding. So they have to wait 9 months now. Yeah, so there's a new twist to the story. The couple that magnet fished a safe out of a Corona, Queens, New York lake, about $100,000. They won't be able to actually take the money until sometime next year.
Why not?
James Kane and Barbie Agnosti, or Agostini, last week, they brought their muddy, waterlogged safe to the Treasury Department. Remember we talked about this? Remember we talked about that if you have money that's intact and you've got the serial numbers, it can be virtually destroyed, but your dog chews it up. But if you have the bulk of the bill intact, the U.S. Treasury will replace the money. And I brought this up on the show when we talked about the story. An 11-person team at the Treasury Department in D.C., I guess that's how many people are in the destroyed money department or the damaged money department. They're going to spend up to 9 months going through all the cash and then replacing it with new bills. And when they finish, Kane and Agostini will be given fresh cash.
All right, that's not so bad. When you said they have to wait 9 months, I thought it was like some finders keepers law.
No, remember the cops, NYPD said, hey, we've got no reports, no claims, finders keepers, you got it. But now their names are out there. Is the mob going to say, hey, we know where the safe is that Louis stole and ditched? Couple. Yeah. James Kane and Barbie Agostini, they ain't got the money. I think we ought to pay them a visit, have a little talk. What do you think? Have a little chat.
I don't know. It's probably pretty safe money.
Yeah.
I guess when you turn money in to the Treasury, it can take, I guess that's the quoted time. It's like if you need a passport. Yeah. The passport delay. Is it still crazy to get a passport? It was like almost a year delay. It was like nuts. It's crazy. So the Treasury Department is a team at its Bureau of Engraving and Printing dedicated to the odd but not unusual predicament that people have of having money that's not usable, destroyed, damaged. Typically, the crew deals with remnants of money, sometimes reduced to dust, that family members find buried in their backyards. Like you get the old kooky uncle, and he didn't trust the bank. He didn't trust even under his mattress, so he buried the cash in the backyard. And then the weather, the water seeps in. Oh, I thought it was watertight. Yeah. And you got a pile of freaking $100 and $20 and $50 bills that are mush. And a lot of times you can get the money replaced. The Kane's cash seems a little easier because it was all intact. It was just waterlogged and some of the edges were frayed. But remember when we did the story last week, or maybe the week before, I'm like, you know what? Absolutely. This money can be replaced. So now they're in the queue.
Good.
So the estimates are only about 40% of the roughly $100,000 that they found has survived the 2 weeks on dry land. It also made him regret leaving wads of what he thought were irreparably destroyed bills in the park. Yeah, why would you do that? Take it all. Take it all, and they'll be able to sort through and replace the money. So it looks like he left thousands in the park, which he thought were just a mangled, mushed up mess of money. But it could take the Treasury Department up to 9 months to go through. So right now, the estimate is, in the lobby of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, which will do this, they're the ones that print the bills, they estimated that they had somewhere between $50,000 and $70,000, and then he left even more at the park.
Go back and find it, you idiot.
So, hey, if someone else found it, they can go ahead and turn it into the Treasury.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now they found it. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
Yeah, 2 guys waiting in the Treasury office 9 months from now.
But talk about an amazing treasure hunt story with a couple that was magnet fishing, and they pull up a safe. And apparently pulling up safes is very common. I don't know why so many safes are dumped into lakes or waterways, but the bulk of these safes are empty. And they pull one up with $100,000 in cash.
So why do you think that's common? Why are people throwing?
I don't know. Well, no, it's a mystery. I want to know, why are people throwing safes in water? A couple of things before we get out of here today. I don't know what's going on with Angie Harmon. Remember Angie Harmon from the old Law and Order days?
Oh, yeah.
We had a story where, remember, her dog was shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, by like a DoorDasher.
We haven't heard about Angie Harmon in like years. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, the theme to Law and Order plays. Out of nowhere, we have her dog is shot. And now the latest is that her 18-year-old daughter is out on bail after breaking into a bar and stealing hundreds of dollars worth of booze.
Jeez.
What?
Yeah. So, Avery Seahorn, the daughter of actress Angie Harmon and NFL great Jason Seahorn.
That's right. Okay.
That's their kid. She broke into a bar in Charlotte, North Carolina, and stole hundreds of dollars worth of booze. Yeah, she's 18, and then she had 2 17-year-old boys arrested just days after graduating high school for stealing liquor.
What? That's
and
terrible.
chugging the liquor behind the bar as well.
Well, I'll just say it. She's a very beautiful little troublemaker.
Oh, I saw her picture.
Yeah. I
love the Korean meat.
Hang on, wrong sound.
Yeah, wrong. Yeah,
Hang
wrong.
on, I need this one. Yeah, let's get iced tea on the case.
She's a cutie.
Hey, she's 18. She's very attractive.
Yeah.
18, she's going to be charged as an adult.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. But
she's going to go to jail.
Angie Harmon has not been in the news for how long? And then in 2 weeks, we got 2 crazy stories.
Moved to North Carolina, want a nice, quiet life.
Yeah, exactly.
Dog gets shot, now her daughter's in jail.
Yeah. J-Lo feels she can do nothing else to save the Ben Affleck marriage.
She's done it all.
Yeah. So that's a report, according to sources, that she's tried to fix the marriage. Who the heck knows what's actually wrong? But J-Lo did call Ben Affleck her hero and wished him a very happy Father's Day. This is, during this whole divorce speculation. And then finally, Dr. Oz apparently helped save a passenger on a JetBlue flight. Better JetBlue than Code Blue on a JetBlue, you know?
Hey, good for Dr. Oz.
Yeah. Dr. Oz was, I guess, heading on vacation, and he helped a passenger who was floating in and out of consciousness on a JetBlue flight from New York to Mexico. Yeah, a middle-aged, healthy man lost consciousness, and we did the usual triage with a physical exam and vital signs. Yeah, Dr. Oz told TMZ after oxygen, OJ, a little orange juice, and a little bit of time, he recovered and needs to have a detailed evaluation with a local physician. So Dr. Oz leaps into action.
I mean, he's a real doctor, right?
Performed open heart surgery in the middle of the aisle. No, not quite that dramatic. No, but he's a heart surgeon, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's right? Isn't Dr. Oz a heart surgeon by trade? I think so. Yeah, anyway, guy was, I guess, passing out, and you got Dr. Oz is now like a flight attendant serving drinks. Here's an OJ. Gave the guy an orange juice.
There you go.
Yeah, but here's your bag of peanuts, too.
Sugar level back up.
Anyway, pretty funny story.
Yeah.
We got to roll, folks. Great Monday show in the can. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Ever need to get a hold of me? I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. That's my private email, MJ at MJMorningshow.com. All right, folks, will Froggy be back tomorrow, or is it going to continue to be jacked?
Who knows?
All right, well, I guess we'll find out. Folks, have a great Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.